All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night. Capcom Fighters, you know the drill. We are here each and every Monday. Well, we try to be. And of course, we have the banter, we have the interviews, and we have the GGs. And of course, if you want to catch up with any of the episodes we've done in the past, you can head on over to Capcom Fighters YouTube channel. Just type in Capcom Fighters YouTube, and you'll get all the information there. And yes, over to this side of me. You did see a trailer before. It was for Monster Hunter Rise. It is out. It's been out for 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the game. I haven't got the game yet. Don't spoil it for me. I heard it nothing but great things about it. But yes, there is another thing next to me, this graphic here, which we will be talking about that soon. Do not worry about that. We are trying a lot of different things. So you're going to see this show slowly but surely progress and transform into something which I like to call wizardry on the internet. It's going to become a magical show in the weeks and months to come. But yes, I'm your host once again, Jammerz, and of course, I cannot do it by myself. Last week we did have a special with Idom and Spaceboy with St. Cola joining us, but now I had to make sure I renew these guys' contract and keep them in work in these tough times. My PAs, or my minions, whatever they want to call them, I had to keep them in contract because you know what it is. It's tough times out here. The economy has gone down under a little bit.
Thanks.
Look, Veggey can't afford a haircut. Veggey can't afford a haircut, so...
No, exactly, because... No, you know what happened, Jammerz? I'll tell you. So, okay, I was in Street Fighter League.
Why are you not telling me?
I'll tell you as well. I'll tell you
Okay,
Are you guys ready?
okay.
So, I was in Street Fighter League. I was saving my hair for like maybe 3 months, 4 months. And I came home and I was like, fuck it. Oh. I was like, don't bother. Who cares? Cut your hair. And I did it, and I was like, no, I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to save it again. So I'm lagging behind, but it's getting there. And I need to say one more thing before I'm cut off for that profanity. And that thing is that last show, before we quit, I didn't get the chance to say my thing. So I have to say them at the start and the end, even though I did write it in chat. And what I have to say is that I am your favorite Brit. I am from Croydon, and Dalsim is extremely busted.
You know what's crazy? It's how he's trying to justify himself. That outlandish remark he just said because I told him he couldn't afford a haircut. Don't look, Veggey. If it makes you feel any better, I'll show you
Forgive
this.
me,
Look,
please.
Do you know what happens
me.
when you play too much poison? Look at my hairline. You see my hairline? That's what happens when you play too much poison. You lose it because everyone's jumping at you. All right, cool.
Why?
Listen, my hairline's disappearing.
Be kind of stress-free.
Look, it's it's very bad. Anyway, Olvaha, you're the only person who can afford a haircut and has got their hairline intact. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I like to call this the Salt Mine Special Veggey, please stop. And I can't wait to see this because the only way I can describe this matchup is a slugfest.
Okay.
It's a slugfest. We're gonna see some wild moves. We're gonna see big moves, and we're gonna see armor breaks, possibly. We're gonna see plus frontal lariats. We're gonna see, power bombs, all of that. So. Can't wait.
Who knows? But indeed, let's not ruin the surprise yet. We've got to make sure we do this in the actual order. So Richard, roll out the schedule and let the people know. I'm going to remind you each and every time. If you are new to the show, this is the general rundown of how the Sets show works on a Monday night. So we do a general talk, catching up with the guys, talking with our special guests when they come on the show with me, as well as catching up with the CPT, which we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes as well, and anything Street Fighter 5 related. We still have an upcoming patch coming, so looking forward to that. Hopefully they give us some news on that very soon. And then halfway down the line, we'll be getting our guests in the call, which they are in the green room right now, waiting to talk to us. And I'm pretty sure they are dying to talk to us regarding questions they get asked on a regular basis. So we can't wait to talk to these guys. So that'll be happening for about 15 to 20 minutes from now. So if you want to hear the thoughts of our lovely guests tonight, do stick around for that. Now, and then after that, we are going to have, or at 2 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. GMT, it will be the actual 1st to 10. And that is like, as Olvaha alluded to before, that is where we're going to see our lovely guests swinging blows. And these guys go up against each other pretty much 95% of the time. And of course, Richard, if you just transition over to the next graphic to let the people know, we did announce this on Friday. I did give a reminder today, and we were talking about it, hinting towards it weeks ago, actually. Tonight's guests are going to be hailing from Germany, and they are some of the finest players from the German region. Yeah, if you please show the fight card, that's what I was waiting for. I don't know where it is, unless it's disappeared. There might have been a communication breakdown, but anyway, we are going to have our lovely guests on there. If you apparently they don't have the fight card, but if you want to put it back to us, that would be fantastic. So sometimes, every so often, I try to do something correct, and then my stream team has a completely different idea, and we'll put the fight card up very, very shortly. But yes. We are going to have fhASSA going up against Escudo. I would show you the picture on my phone, but that would be a very budget 480p quality sort of thing there. So we'll get the fight card up very shortly. But, I mean, Veggey, you're looking forward to this, right? fhASSA, Escudo, first to 10.
I saw the fight card earlier today. There is a fight card. It exists.
Yeah.
On the stream.
You saw it on the stream?
Yes, earlier.
The mystery
there
of
is
the
a fight card somewhere. Anyway, the match you were talking about, very excited. Two really lovely guys who have turned up the last 2-3 years now. I mean, time flies so fast.
I'd probably say a little bit longer. So probably say about 4.
Maybe 4 years now, yeah. Time flies. It's very hard to keep track of time, especially when you're Norwegian. Take that as you want, as you may. So I think that, like, they're both kind of...
there it is.
They both have... There it is.
Go. 2 chats.
Look at those beautiful men. Are they not beautiful, guys? They are super beautiful. Let's get back into it.
Chats.
Yes, and as I was saying, I think this match is going to be this one where there is a lot of great neutral because they have gotten a lot of great buttons presses over the years, but also they still have that kind of like onga inside of them that they like to unleash at times. So it's going to be very enjoyable. I think the comebacks are going to be high. The neutral are going to be slow until explosions. Excited to see this. Very excited.
Well, it's interesting because, again, we have seen these guys face each other in tournament setting for quite a huge amount of times in the past couple of years, especially during the pandemic era. But again, this is one of those settings that I want to see these guys in a longer set because, again, I'm used to seeing them first to 2s, first to 3s. I'm like, let me see the longevity behind their play because I know both of them are actually fantastic players. They're some of the best players coming from the German region, but it's like, let me see what they're like and how they adapt over time in that first to 10, which is why I've been trying to get these guys on the show for a little while now, and I'm kind of aching to see how these guys adapt and overcome each other, especially with very not linear philosophies. I'd probably say stubborn. Well, fhASSA is very stubborn because he hasn't changed V triggers.
fhASSA especially.
But I think it's Escudo's definitely a bit flexible with Alex, and he's definitely, again, you can't be an Alex player if you're not audacious. So you got to try some stuff and really throw off your opponent here and there.
I can tell that from experience.
Well, yeah,
one of my favorite characters.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna pan out regarding. So make sure if you wanna leave now and come back for the set alone, then you can hit close this tab right now and then come back in about 50 minutes or so. Actually, no, not 50, about 30 minutes or so before the set actually starts there. But yes, of course, we got to bring up what happened over the past weekend. Because
I just want to say that.
What do you want to say?
These two guys play really annoying characters.
Who? Which two? These two?
These two.
Remind us who you play again?
Yeah.
I play a neutral character called Veggey.
Wait, who were you streaming earlier today?
Colin?
What's that character?
Yeah.
She's random.
Is that Birdie? Birdie does not equal Colin.
Is that the character you wanted the 4-bar V trigger? Is that right?
Colin, yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, just so we're on the same page. Anyways, talking about Colin, because he was talking about him, we got to say congratulations to our fourth and final person to win a Japanese CPT online, which was none other than Hitbox Good 8 Squad Kawano, showing you why he is one of the best players in Japan right now. He's definitely the best young player. Is he the best player in Japan? There is an argument because he's had a fantastic year. I mean, Veggey, you were talking about it a couple of minutes ago, right? With what he's won throughout the past year, right?
Yeah, he's won. He won in the Evo Online. He won, as you mentioned, the Topanga, and now he won the CPT. And he was in grand finals of the last CPT or one of the other CPTs as well. So he's one of the strongest performers this year. He also had. He was invited to the Red Bull Comité, but I mean, I think he actually he had Punk and Phenom in pools, and I mean, like, Japan is one level, but then you have Punk and Phenom, that's like the next level. So I understand that you could still be the best in Japan while not making out of that pool, because, I mean, it's Punk and Phenom, right?
I mean, it's pretty interesting regardless there. And I mean, if you haven't seen the CPT over the past weekend, the top 16 and the top 8, I urge you to watch that because there's actually quite a variety of characters. We had two pretty damn strong Luke players there as well. We had Yamaguchi, I believe his name was. Apologies if I got that wrong. And we had Mizuha, who's using Luke alongside Colleen. We obviously had Tokido with a formidable Urian, who couldn't win a tournament with 4 attempts. by the way. That shows you how hard it is for that region. But yeah, and then obviously we had Kawano winning the tournament after coming second place when Daigo won. I think, yeah, when Daigo won. And then everyone got influenced by Walk Up, Throw and Wake Up because of 2-rank Daigo, which I still have to write my email to Daigo's manager about that. Because I'm not fond of when Daigo does something amazing and everybody else thinks they can do it. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, so that's how you do it. Okay.
But anyway, yes.
I mean, I'm still debating how amazing. How much more amazing walk up throw is than wake up crouch mini kick. I feel like it's the same wake up option, but I'm not gonna get into that because there's some YouTube comments that are really unfriendly against me after that. So I'm just gonna lay low.
Listen,
but I still lay on the same side.
You have to understand that YouTube is a different world, and some of them genuinely think the world is flat. And on that note, you don't listen to those people. So. Anyway, as you can see, these are the players that should be, all of these players should be involved in the alternative for the Capcom Cup finals. I believe something was said over the weekend or announced a couple of days ago regarding the exhibitions. So these are all the players that are going to be involved. I don't know what the format is or how they're going to be doing things. But again, these players have worked tirelessly and hard throughout the past year. And these are the players you should be watching and supporting until the 2021-2022 season has closed out officially. Again, these guys got a bit of prize money. They had that competitive drive as well. But here's hoping when this alternative is done and we get that new patch or that new update coming out, there's still some good news to look forward to. Because again, let's not forget, it is the 35th year for Street Fighter. So it's short. There's going to be bound to be some interesting news coming out this year. I mean, it's going to be interesting. But just quickly, I mean, overall, what did you think of the grand finals between Kawano and Tokido, Veggey, if you did see them?
I did actually watch the grand finals of the Tokido and Kawano, and you know what I like? I mean, I think it's interesting to see that Tokido rarely, a lot of the time, he doesn't go for these like on-block isms with the V-trigger as much. I feel like he comes to the final playing the mostly clean style with, of course, EX tackles, but you can count them as cleanish because they're very safe, right? But I'd like to see him do a bit more like when he needs to come back, try to activate on block. Like you saw what Nemo did, two guesses to kill Yosan, right? So we don't see any of that from Tokido. So I'm very impressed with his neutral. Of course, it's great neutral, great positioning, great mind games, but I don't like that he's not implementing any of the ham because that's part of what makes Urien one of the best characters. So when you don't do that, the opponent can like relax, don't need to be so stressed. You're not really stressed when you play against Tokido's Urien. You just, when you lose, it's just like, okay, that's what I lost to. It's not like maybe another Urien where it's, what did I lose to? You won't have those questions. And I think he needs to add some of that ham if he wants to utilize the character to the fullest potential. If not, I don't think that is the right character to go with if you don't want to do any of that. But the set itself, very good, like neutral-based, footsie-oriented, call-in V-Trigger 2, Urien, EX tackles, let's go, good stuff. I enjoyed myself a lot. I got some good clips as well for Twitter, so I enjoyed that topic. So.
That's interesting. Olvaha, what about you? Were you able to catch it over the weekend at all?
I did partly. I really enjoyed myself. I just wanted to say about Kawano winning and Veggey, listing all these things that Kawano has been winning in 21. I do think that it was bound to happen at some point, because we saw how well he did in the, third qualifier against Daigo, for example. That was one of the best sets, honestly, last year. And I have to say that this was also a very good showing for Kawano. Super impressive. I really like Tokido's clean Urien as well. But also, I wanted to note that there were two Lukes in top 4. Mizuha and Yamaguchi. So I guess we have to talk about this character at some point because I feel like he's a problem.
Who isn't talking about Luke? Last character.
We need to talk about him more.
Well, there's probably a number of characters people want to talk about more and get them expunged from the roster, but it's definitely a case where you
like snap.
Look, well, this is the thing, right? Because when a CPT comes up, we all get reminded about certain characters, right? This week, I didn't see as much Colleen hate as I saw with Poison because everyone forgot about Poison and Poison got brought up because Idom used her from start to finish and showed you how strong she could be. Yeah. Then, we talked about Guile knocking on the door. We talked about Karen. We talked about Boxer. We talked about Guile. We talked about all of these characters and we're just like, well, then there's that character. And it's like, hold on. Remember, one character we don't really speak about, I know he's new, and he basically got the Seth treatment. It was Luke. He's fantastic on release. Everyone's playing him. Who knows what they're going to take away or give him? in the new patch.
I'm
But then
shuddering at the thought.
nobody's talking about Rashid because you don't see him. That's it. You don't see
You
him.
did see
You
him
know,
in-
you know
in-
what
in-
you don't. You know why you don't see him?
Why don't you see him?
He's climbing to the wall.
That's true. That's a great point.
Touche. All right.
You do see Rashid in Street Fighter League, baby. Doing
Make
some
sure
work.
you're watching
You
it.
saw Big Bird jump 7 times in Mr. Crimson's face, and Mr. Crimson just had to sit there. Something's going on. And you saw Rashid in that MENA qualifier. Also, I mean Middle East qualifier. Not MENA RD's qualifier, because that's a different qualifier. But MENA, the Middle East area. You saw some Rashid there. You saw some Seth, some Ken. So, I mean, he's there, but he's not there.
Of
Very
course.
interesting.
And I mean, listen, speaking of characters, we got to talk to our guests about their characters and other characters because they did say we want to say something about regarding characters in this game. So I wonder if the stream team, are our guests ready? Can we get Escudo and fhASSA to unmute their mics? That would be absolutely fantastic because I'm dying to talk to these guys and find out more about them. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce our guests and please welcome to the show fhASSA and Escudo. So, gentlemen, fhASSA, Escudo, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Ah, fantastic. All right. So,
Did one of you say no?
oh no, I think they both said yes. So,
I thought Fasta said nope.
Well,
Sounds like a
actually,
Yu-Gi-Oh
no.
player.
but yes, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show and going to be playing in this first to 10. Obviously, in this, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the show more than enough times already. But in this first part, we're just going to have a heartwarming chat, conversations about why you guys have decided to do certain things in Street Fighter 5, and it's no holds barred, so you can say anything you want as long as you do not sweat. So, well, like Veggey's already messed up on that part, so we've already got in trouble there.
You did need to remind everyone. I think everyone forgot, so
Oh, yeah,
thank
I'm
you
sure.
not
I
for
didn't.
reminding him.
But yes, anyway,
I will
Jammerz
never
wants
forget.
me to be cancelled.
easy. I definitely want you birdie players to leave. Now, my first question has to be targeted at Escudo. Now, first of all, where did your name come from, and how do you actually pronounce it?
The S basically in Escudo is more like a sh sound, like escudo.
Okay.
And like, it's coming from Portuguese. And I got the name, like before I started playing Street Fighter, I played Overwatch, like semi-professionally.
Oh.
And I was like,
What did you make? Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, then that's where my name comes from. Like I was main tank player.
Okay.
And playing Reinhardt mostly. And he has like a big shield, so that's where I got the name.
Okay. Now,
Interesting.
again, like, because people butcher names left, right, and center. Well, I'd say English people, myself. We butcher names left, right, and center. So, have you been fine with people calling you Escudo, or should we learn to pronounce it like Escudo?
No. Escudo is fine. Like, don't worry about it.
Okay. No, because again, like I've seen, look, we were butchering Riekeman's name for years, so I had to get that cleared up, and I've been wondering for a while now. I was like, how do you actually pronounce his name, and is it okay with what we think it is in terms of looking at it in an English way? But I'm glad we got that cleared up. Now, I got to move over to fhASSA. That's a very weird name. Where did that come from?
All right, this is not as eventful as Escudo's one because back then I need to come up with a name for a specific Korean MMORPG game, and I was like, what do I go with? So as creative as I was, I just took the first initials from my first and last name, and I just took a shortcut from a class in that game that was Assassin. So
Okay.
So together it was fhASSA. Now the thing is, if someone from America or from England sees this name, they pronounce it like fhASSA, and this is the way I actually prefer it. But if you go to the German side, they see the first initials, and then they go like, oh yeah, fhASSA. Please come to the stage. And there's no trouble here, because the initials also means something like it's like Fachhochschule, which is like a university. So so most of the time I will get stuff like Fachhochschule Assa, please come to the stage. So yeah, in this case, my own site butchers my name on a weird way.
So if I just happen to say fhASSA on commentary and you hear that, you won't get bugged by that, no?
Yes.
I thought I'd be
Can we
cheeky
call
there.
can we call you fhASSA.
What?
What?
Isn't that your
does that
online?
mean?
Wait, isn't your
because
gamer
there's a
tag
5 in your
fhASSA?
CFN.
fhASSA?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
fhASSA.
You're
That's
terrible.
what I used to call you.
Yeah,
fhASSA.
about the 5.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to enter my name normally, but thanks to a certain restriction from CFN,
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't allowed to type in ASSA.
Yeah.
I think you guys can realize why.
Oh yeah, that's respectable. Do you know? I like that I had to ask you guys about your name and clear that up because again, for the longest time I'm like, I need to learn how to pronounce these guys' names properly, and I want to know where you got them from. So that was pretty interesting. Now, the next question I have for the both of you, I want to get fhASSA's opinion on this first. Is if you can, who are the top 5 players in Germany for Street Fighter 5? If you can name the top 5 players.
The top 5 players. Well, the thing is, compared to other regions like UK and France and so on, the German SF5 scene, it used to be bigger, but it kind of shrunk down after some time. And most got either caught by the retirement games or they got turned into family mans. You would have guessed. And
Those retirement games?
you know, your typical gacha games of the critical acclaimed MMORPG. I think you know the one.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, there
yeah,
might
sorry.
be 2, but
Okay.
anyway, now
Alright.
fhASSA, please continue.
Where was I?
Story.
Yeah. So the top 5, on top of my line will be Escudo, Valving,
Okay.
myself.
Yes.
Let's see now. Who should I say before I piss anyone off? Okay, this is a hard one.
There's a name you haven't said yet. I don't know if you're trying to
Yes.
avoid yourself saying it, but
But in terms of active players, I would also add Jimmy into it.
okay.
And someone you don't see often on stream or on matches, but he will appear from time to time, is my sensei actually, and his name is Yosh.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I know him well.
Yosh.
And what about the-
Hold on. Is
And
that
wait,
is that
and what about the Akuma player?
Yeah. Is that
Yes.
the Akuma player?
The Akuma
Finally,
player who
Akuma.
also played like half of the entire SF5 cast.
Yeah, what is his name again?
Yosh.
Yeah, but the CFN?
Dumbo Chino in this case.
Yeah, Don Botino.
Oh, okay.
shit.
Okay.
And Alex Leader, he's also up there on the top 6 maybe?
God.
Yeah, I was
mean, he has
wondering about
accolades.
that as well.
He has an honorary position.
Okay. He's got an honorary position. All right, we'll take that. I mean,
that's awesome.
Escudo, do you agree with that 5 that fhASSA mentioned, or is there someone you'd swap out for another name?
We'll be claiming Reinhardt, by the way.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to reconsider that.
Claiming, oh my god.
You can put him in the honorary mention part because he does live there, and he's lived there for a while
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Has
Hey,
Ryan
well,
got his German citizenship? Has he been there long enough?
He has a German flag on every CPT event, so
Yo!
We take those.
All right.
Wait,
I mean,
wait,
I
there
can
was one more.
respect that.
what's one more? Who's
I'm just
one more?
surprised. I'm sorry, I'm just surprised the chat hasn't asked why they're not mentioning Takamura yet, even though he's from Belgium.
Wait.
Sorry.
Wait. Did you? Nah, he's trolling. He's trolling. Nah, he's trolling. That's twice now. You're amazing. All right. We have to move on
Good
from
work,
there.
Veggey.
Now, before I hand it over to Veggey Olvaha to ask questions, now I've got to direct this at fhASSA because this is the question he knows I'm going to ask him, and I can't wait to hear his answer. So, when you first saw the characters getting second V-triggers in the game, and you saw Urian's V-trigger 2, what on earth were you thinking at the time? Do you remember?
Okay, this is going a bit of a long one. So just before the V-trigger came out, from season 1, from the day he came out, I was already switching to Urian. Back then I was playing Dictator, or Vice in this case. So when first Urian came out, I tried him out, and it was one of those magical he fit like a glove in my case.
Yeah.
I immediately switched to him. So yes, guys, there was a time where I actually played V-Trigger 1 in this, for a short amount of time. Now shut it.
Honestly, I don't believe it. When you pick the character, he probably already had V-Trigger 2 before anyone else had it.
Well, no,
yeah,
let him continue, because I want to know what he was thinking at the time when he saw V-Trigger 2.
So before that, I was already infamous for something called EX tackle abuse. So yeah, I was throwing that move way past cool. And at that time, I was also getting certain nicknames like fhASSA or Takilis, the Greek god of tackle, for whatever reason. So when they announced the V-Trigger 2, I was like, because at that time only a set amount of V-Triggers was announced, and I was like, what would he get? And I remember he was in Third Strike, or Second Impact, he had a V-Trigger, which was about a bunch of tackles, and I was like, yeah, he's probably going to get that. And then he got it. And I was like, I need to try that out. Okay. So I was loving it, and I think one day later, we had 2 tournaments going on. One was called the Kebab Dome, and the other one was a release tournament at a Meltdown bar. And I used V-Trigger 2 exclusively. And I won both of those tournaments. I was like, I think I'm onto something here.
Okay.
So a few days later, everyone was like, all right, you had your fun with your tackles, now go back to proper V-Trigger. But at that time, I was already hooked on the thing, because I was keep finding more and more interesting stuff. In this case, I was already a lost cause, and now we are here.
Okay.
Discussing why V-Trigger 2 is a great trigger.
Now, going on from that, giving us the backstory of how you got to be in love with V-Trigger 2, you're basically playing a different Urien from V-Trigger 1. So I wanted to ask you, what are Urien's hardest matchups in your opinion? Are they the same for Urien regardless of what V-Trigger you pick? Or is there a matchup you find more difficult because you're not using the mirror? What do you think Urien's hardest matches are using V-Trigger 2?
Using V-Trigger 2, that's a good question, because I don't feel much different about certain matchups. Well, except for Kemi, of course, because her V-Trigger kinda obliterates my V-Trigger under certain circumstances. But certain people keep telling me that I can't do certain things against specific characters due to my lack of ages. But at the same time, I get other means to go through their stuff with V-Trigger 2. So don't feel too uncomfortable with those matchups. Well, except Kami.
Okay, well, I know how much you express your hatred for Cammy, especially fighting Hurricane on a regular basis in the last stages of Salt Mine League. Shout outs to Rias and the rest of the gang for putting on Salt Mine League, of course. No, I mean, it's pretty interesting to ask you these questions. And, go on. You want to say something?
Can I add to, since we're on that V-Trigger 2, since you are a V-Trigger 2 exclusive player, do you not feel as worried about potential nerfs to Urien coming next season? Do you think maybe there will be... Do you feel more safe since your V-Trigger is not really discussed at all?
That's what I'm always feeling about every balance patch. Because before that, every time the Urien community are fearing for the nerfs, and I kind of believe they deserve it, to be honest, because Urien is an OD character. But for whatever reason, for a long time, they keep buffing V-Trigger 2 and certain moves from Urien, like Quarrel Kick, for example. 2 moves I exclusively use. Yeah. So, coming to the next patch, I'm not sure what they're exactly going to do with V-Trigger 2, because I don't have a single idea what they're about to change in this patch, because I'm not a game designer. So I'm not the best person to ask this question.
What? I like the fact that you openly admitted you're not a game designer, because every fighting game player under the sun thinks they are. So I'm glad you openly admitted that, because some people definitely forget they are players, and this is why developers don't talk to them on a regular basis. Yes, we play their games, but you know.
And also looking at other characters, specifically, I just don't want to be called a down player, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, who are these down players? What character do they play?
Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. We can.
I mean, if you don't
want
to
drop
mention any,
drop that question.
Yeah, if you don't want to mention any characters, that's fine.
That's
okay.
fine.
It's always fun to see Cammy and Karen players beating up each other because of their privileged characters or private things. And I look at the sideline and was like, I don't want to be a part of that.
I think a lot of people do not. Now,
oh my God.
I've got to ask Escudo this question regarding Alex. So firstly, you've stuck with this character for so long and he's finally in a good place after 5 years. And has any other character tempted you to kind of, add to your roster of characters? Why do you stick with Alex for so long?
That's a good question, actually. I started to play Street Fighter when Arcade Edition came out.
Okay.
Oh.
And the first character I actually played was Ryo. And after two days, I dropped him because he was boring. And
Okay.
then I started to watch streams to see what better players than myself do. And I stumbled on Gunfight stream, and that's how I basically started to play Alex.
Okay. So was it mainly just this character is out there, more bold, and is just all things better than Ryu could ever be, so I'll just try him and then stuck with him through and through? Was that mainly what it was?
Yeah, kinda. It's also animations and stuff. This might sound weird, but I really like how when Alex hits you, it looks like it hurts, basically.
No, do you know what? That doesn't sound
weird at all.
listen, that doesn't sound weird at all, because with a lot of fighting games, sound effects and art styles are different, but I don't think there's many fighting games these days that make moves look like they hurt. So
yeah, agreed.
I'm pretty sure when you look at Bison's stand hard kick crush counter, that looks like it hurt. When Alex lariats you, that looked like it hurt. When Yurin headbutts you, everybody and their mums gets annoyed because it looked like it was annoying. So for you, it definitely sounds like the impact of the move is definitely something that caught your eye. Now, do you think Alex is mid-tier, upper mid-tier, maybe a top 10 character? What's Escudo's opinion on Alex right now?
To be honest, I think he was fine for a longer time. But a thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that, and I just want to get this straight, I think Alex is fine. He's high mid, something like that right now.
Okay.
But we have to talk about the matchups. That's always a problem for him. In my opinion, he always did well against the top 5 of a current season.
Yeah.
He struggled against the guys that were in the middle with him.
That's very true.
And that's his main problem. He can deal with Karen. He can even deal with Akuma, in my opinion. But he can't deal with there are characters Ed, for example.
Nash.
Those are the characters that are really, really hard for him.
Yeah.
And for example, Chun-Li was kind of bad in season 3 or something, and it was still a 7-3 matchup for Alex. It didn't matter. The problem never were the top tier characters. It's always the guys around him, basically.
Okay, so it's more of he has too many uphills battles, but in the wrong side of the quote unquote tier list, shall we say? It's usually that whole, and because right now there's so many characters in that kind of mid-level bracket, they're tournament viable. Not exactly winners without a support character, but because that pool is so big, are you saying that's what's causing Alex a lot of trouble and why he can't probably win a tournament from start to finish by himself? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for example, Falk was a good matchup in my opinion for Alex.
Okay.
And then she got the ego shooter buff, she can fire all the time, and that destroyed the matchup for Alex. He can't get in anymore. It's like Dalsim, with V shift. It's the same thing. It got harder because of one thing.
Damn, that's actually
I
interesting.
have one question.
Yeah, go for it. We'll have this
Alex.
one last question and then.
Yeah, sure. I wanted to ask you, what do you think are the worst matchups for Alex? You can name top 5, for example, because I'm really curious because I myself play a lot of Alex as well, and I have some opinions about the matchups as well. So I would love to hear that from you.
I'd still put Chun-Li there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would say Chun-Li, Cammy. I think Luke's very hard actually.
Oh.
Now it's getting more subjective. I feel like. Now it's starting to become really hard to say. But I think top 3 is definitely Cammy, Chun-Li, and Luke at the moment. Yeah.
Maybe what
Those three.
would you not put Falk there? Is Falk pretty annoying?
The issue with Falk is that if you get a life lead on her, the matchup's actually fine because she has to get to you, and that's what you want with that matchup. But if she gets a life lead, that's the problem. Like, you can't get in on her. That she could before, but now you can't, and that's the issue.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting. Now, do you know, it's always good to hear his perspective, because again, Escudo, I feel your opinion, like, on the character gets glanced over, because you're not streaming like Gunfight, and you're not at the top of the game like Problem X. And again, you've been playing this character for quite some time now, and you definitely know a lot of like little details that people miss. So it's always good, and this is why we bring you on the show, to get those kind of little subtle opinions from you. So I actually really enjoyed that answer. I think we are just about out of time for the first part of the show. So we are going to take a short break. But before we do that, we have to let you guys know, from this point onwards, if you are a streamer or you like watching this show and want to do a little bit of commentary and up your commentary game, well, you now have the rights to re-stream the show. All you have to do is, well, first of all, you got to be watching the damn show. That would be very appreciative. And then what you got to do is you got to DM Capcom Fighters on Twitter for instructions on how to get the correct feed, because you don't want to hear our voices glance on, unless you want to hear us talk over what you're doing. But again, just if you want to get those details, DM at Capcom Fighters. Please don't send them any hate mail. Please don't ask them about Street Fighter 6. And please, you can ask them to get rid of Dalsim, but I don't think they're going to respond to you immediately. Anyway, DM Capcom Fighters on Twitter for the instructions there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to get Escudo and fhASSA in this lobby to get this first to 10 on. So guys, don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you very shortly.
Yo.
So, you really want to go through the trouble? Fine. Easy mode too much? I'm always ready for a fight.
Welcome back to another episode of Capcom Fighters the Sets, the first 10 series. We're back from a break. We're ready to go break some bones, don't you think, baby?
Yo, how long were you waiting to say that? That was crazy good.
I was kind of waiting for that, but I think... Dude, it's gonna be exciting. Alex and Urian, it's gonna be a slugfest. How do you think... or are you excited? Like, in general, are you excited for this?
I'm excited for this because, you know, even though we always talk about, like, Ham Urians and all that stuff, you know that Urian is a Buttons character before the Haminess comes. And Alex, as well, is a Buttons character, so you know we're going to have a Buttons matchup into the wilderness. And I'm just going to enjoy myself watching how they want to come back when they need to force it, how they're going to try to keep the life lead. Are they going to even try to keep the life lead, or are they too aggressive? It's so many things to look at because there are so many... They're very aggressive players, in my opinion, but only when they earn it. So that's an interesting part of the match when they play it. They're aggressive when they are allowed to, and they're very good at that aggression. What do you think?
Thieves. We're looking at two thievery characters here. No, I'm only joking. No, these two are lovely people. They are using, and sometimes lovely people want to ruin your day. And what an objective it has been. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight for this all-German affair. First to 10, these guys have faced each other. I've lost count at how many times these guys have faced each other, but nevertheless, it is still going to be an entertaining first to 10 between these two.
You know what I love about, like, the fact that they also joke about the fact that they face each other so much is one thing that I love about these two as players.
I think it was interesting that we see fhASSA going for like an air-to-air there. Is there something about Alex's jump heavy kick, or was he just kind of looking
No,
for
so
dive kick?
fhASSA's usually comfortable doing air-to-airs anyway, but you have to remember Alex can change his jump up. So it's better to air-to-air.
Yeah, and also I feel like Alex's jumping roundhouse is very annoying sometimes to deal with because he kind of, reels his main body back a little bit there. So,
Activation with a crutch.
Okay, so some people have already asked, why are you playing on the Kanzaki Beach stage? I can pick what stage I want because I have a modded console and I like looking at this stage. So while they are playing on the grid, I can change it to a different stage. I have that kind of power. I think you guys should join me and enjoy the Kanzaki Beach stage.
Yo, can I get a mojito, Jammerz?
No, you can't.
What?
Maybe if you do your job, I might give you one.
Double Casaroonies!
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna earn that mojito after this set.
Yeah. I mean, fastest pressing crash meter punch as if he was a kill main right now, so that's an interesting little adaptation in this set right now. But yeah, you see that jump head. I think that since Urian's crash spirit goes straight up, we'll probably see an interaction at some point. I think that might be why he's respecting the jump head kick so much, as you said earlier. Mr. Olvaha himself. That spacing on that quote, that was very nice.
Yeah, I do feel like, talking about a little bit about that jump arc, I do feel like if Alex jumps from, far enough, I think it presents some challenge for Urian, who is trying to do crouching fierce as an anti-air.
Do you know what's interesting? So fhASSA mentioned this to us before. Hold on, let's see if this Prime closes out. Mix up for the game here. Is he going to headbutt? No, he's going to take that grab. Not dead
not
yet.
quite dead.
And he stole a couple of frames there to get that sneaky crouching short. And that's probably something we're going to see a fair bit between these two because they played each other for so long. So yeah, fhASSA mentioned something to us before regarding Urian's EX Chariot Tackle nerf. He said, well, because you're closer to me now, when I activate V-Trigger, whether it's V-Trigger 1 or V-Trigger 2 on block, you're close to the character. Even though we're talking about the Chariot Tackle nerf as one if it's just done with -2 and no V-Trigger to activate. He said it's actually better for him on activation using V-Trigger 2. So it's something that's going to be interesting to see unfold and probably see put to work properly in this set throughout. So.
Good point. Also, I do want to point out that whenever you're stealing frames, I like to call that being a frame goblin.
I hope you're not setting us up for anything right now.
No, I'm not. I didn't even think that far ahead, but yeah. Okay, moving on. Escudo has the corner here.
Oh,
that's gonna be a punish.
Yeah, and he's gonna get hit. He's gonna get stunned, and that is gonna be the round for Escudo. Slowly running away from it. Like we said, when I see these guys in tournament setting, it does go back and forth between these two. First to twos, first to threes. But again, I think it's a real luxury to see these guys play in that extended set.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that. I've seen these guys play a lot in Salt Mine, and I've had the privilege to commentate a lot of their matches, but I feel like it's super cool to see them play in a longer set, because honestly, I feel like Alex does pretty well in this matchup. He has very comparable normals to you, man, I feel like.
Okay, gets the activation there, and he's going to get a little bit of damage. And you have to remember as well, so I believe Alex has, I think, 50 or 25 vitality more than Urian. He's dead. Yeah, he's done.
25.
Full
Pretty sure it's
combo,
25.
he's dead. Oh, no,
he dropped the super!
Dropped it.
Oh, no. Big punish is coming. Let's go.
Dude, did he not drop the easiest part? Oh, no.
Yeah, he dropped the cancel itself. But fhASSA as well with a little drop there. And Escudo. That round was kind of rightfully his, so fhASSA can't be too mad about it. But at the same time, execution error is part of the game. So if you're dropping, that's part of you losing because you lose. That's very obvious, but you know what I mean.
No,
it's like some people are like, you only lost because I dropped. But yeah, but the drop is your fault. Just like when I misspaced my button, you misplace your combo.
Listen,
Am I right, Jammerz?
We have mentioned this time and time again. It's a case where games are getting more and more punishable for any slight mistake you do, whether it was like an accident or whether it was intentional and you got your just desserts. It hurts when you drop something in this game, man. It hurts.
It does, and I feel like this game is extra punishing for dropping your stuff, so there's also that factor. At least it feels like that.
One of them. Yeah, finally
Might be
finds
just
one of
psychological. Okay, gets out of the corner
out
there.
Yeah.
You know what I love about these two playing? Escudo is going for those lariats on block into another lariat, and of course fhASSA has time to press other buttons in between two lariats on block, but they know each other's playstyle so well that they kind of do these not so normal mix-ups on each other because they're, you know, trying to condition, trying different stuff on each other because they've played so much against each other.
Okay, low forward, going to activate there, and he's got CA as well. I don't think he's going to look to spend it. He wants that confirmed good reaction with the headbutt there. So Escudo has to be careful using the head crush command grab because if fhASSA is charging, which most of the time he probably will be, it's going to be an EX headbutt or probably going to be a regular light headbutt. So he's got to be careful and don't want to give him free damage in that department there. But both players have CA on deck right now. Next hit will win.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, that armor won't go through.
Oh my god.
Classical Urian. Takes the throw there. Nice tech. He's gonna try to double dash it.
Down
Which
the last hit.
No, he just wants to hold that lead. I like that dash because Escudo is thinking about what can I do, and then he's just getting
2
chased
seconds.
down. And there it is again.
Do you know what?
I like that thing. When you go to that, sorry, Jammerz, when you get to that position where the opponent needs to make something happen, when you then go on the offense instead, it's often so not expected that you just land the kill from it.
But here's the thing. I think Escudo knew he couldn't do either the command grab or the air stampede because of Urian's charge. He had one bar, so there's no point. He'll just react last minute and get a fully invincible move. So he knows his options were limited in that situation. So that's something you're going to have to look out for in this first attempt, or throughout the first attempt, I should say.
And that is actually, I want to point out also about Alex using EX elbow is very beneficial because he gets a free charge basically from either one of his V skills afterwards. He can cancel the EX version, not the normal version, but the EX version on hit.
Oh, there we have it. That's what we were thinking about earlier. That jump heavy could just go straight over the crouch fierce, and that puts him in such a great position right now. It's definitely tough for Urian to anti-air.
Oh, he's going for it. That's actually, I really like that from Escudo. He was trying the overhead because it has pretty long range.
And it's not something you see all the time, I guess. I mean, when you play a lot against Alex, but from that distance, it is something that might catch you a bit off guard. But I mean, Escudo setting up that control with the buttons again, he just puts himself in the corner. Kind of a bad jump there. The jumps have been working out for him.
I will do it in a second, Richard. All right. A nice anti-hero coral punch. I think you can kind of get away with that against a big body like Alex, but I wouldn't rely on that too much, though. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
There might be like something that might carry that again. I mean, who knows? And here's that great activation. +8. He just walks out of the throw. Finds the crouching medium kick anyway. Great position for fhASSA right now, yeah.
Coast to coast with on the Kanzuki beach here.
No whip punish on the whip.
Yo, he got checked there. You gotta hold back to block, baby.
Do you know what's crazy? So, like, another thing that's really good about fhASSA's gameplay is his corner control. I think how he's very good at caging you in the corner when he's in V-Trigger 2 and using certain buttons to cancel into the tackle and then get the confirmation into CA. Like, he's really worked on that, and he's one of the best at doing that with Urian in the corner. You can't really do it in the mirror because how Urian plays in the corner with V-Trigger 1 is completely different than V-Trigger 2. But how dominating he can be and patient in the corner of V-Trigger 2 is fantastic. But, sorry, let me just explain this again. They are playing on the grid. This is just a modded PC version of the game. We are just playing on Kanzuki Beach because people are just going to keep bringing it up because it's just been conditioned in their mind that you can never just use the stage. If it's a modded stage, I don't really see a problem, but it seems that the chat have their own ideas.
Yeah, guys, chill out, have a drink, and, you know, enjoy basking in the sun here.
Well, they don't want to do that, I'm afraid.
You know that for lariat pressure is interesting because people are afraid to be crushed, but they can't be crushed if they try to interrupt it. They can only be countered.
Or they can't be crushed if they charge with armor.
Yeah,
no, but here's the thing, right? Because that could have been a command grab, though. So, like, fhASSA's taken a very big risk there, knowing that, like, Alex players will do that delayed double lariat. So he's taking a big chance there, but it can work out.
Yeah, also, Jammerz, I wanted to go back into the V-Trigger talk for Urian. I do feel like V-Trigger 2 has one distinctive advantage, you know, comparing to V-Trigger 1 is when you have actually done the first activation for Urian's V-Trigger 2. I feel like it's better on the, you know, the next activation.
I knew it! No! I was gonna ask you, is it coming? Is it coming? And there it is! Man. How many tackles until I do my super on minus? Says fhASSA. 3 is the answer, and you guessed wrong, Escudo.
You know what? I'm kind of glad he did that early, but these two, again, they play each other all the time. I know Ritas has told me before these guys talk a fair bit in the German Discord and whatnot, so they'll be talking after this.
Wait, they talk smack or they talk nicely to each other?
I think a bit of both.
Probably both, yeah. Like, these are two titans from the German community, you know, clashing against each other on this set here. It's absolutely fantastic so far.
I'm thinking that if Alex is in V-Trigger, he will be able to cancel into the command throw if fhASSA is charging up on the right now.
Oh, he went for a reset. Okay.
The classical, the online classical.
Interesting.
Nice
You know
throw.
what? You know, as an Alex player, I want to say that when you do Lariat mid-screen, it's not whiff punishing, it's wish punishing.
Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Do you know
Nice,
what?
that
Like,
command
this because of how Urine has to play this version of the game, there's quite a number of matchups where I feel at times he's having a little bit of trouble like playing. He has to rely on EX tackle, which is negative on block, especially against grapplers. That's a bit dangerous. And sometimes he has to use violent knee drop, which is actually pretty easy for a character like Alex to deal with. Like, Escudo's been really good using crouching medium punch as a poke, just in general.
Yeah, I feel like some matchups with Alex just, you know, devolve into just pressing crouching medium punch because it's the one and only best button you can actually do.
But I mean, oh, that's the third time in very
That
short
was
period
nice.
of time that fhASSA has been anti-airing with light headset, so he's changed it up, even got a great follow-up with the juggler earlier and Oki, so he's changed that part, kind of forcing Escudo to stay more grounded, which I think will be very important for fhASSA's chances in this game, as everything has changed a bit now, and fhASSA is more forced on the ground. Great conversion from fhASSA. Whoa, was that counter conversion? It's a counter conversion, wasn't it? I didn't see it.
So yeah, it was a counter hit conversion because you can't normally link that. So regular hit is a jab follow-up and counter hit is a crouching medium punch. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's, again, this is something that you guys probably know a fair bit by now, but because of the character Escudo is fighting, he actually can't resort to using the head crush command grab or the stampede because it's just going to get headbutted. Like, at times where Escudo wants to use it like in neutral from full screen, I think it's too easy for fhASSA to snuff out. Maybe if he tries it from a little bit closer, but even then, that might impose the same risk. Who knows?
Also, someone in the chat said rooting for Gorilla, and I'm gonna question you and ask which one.
Gorilla baby!
Which one?
So what I noticed that they are placing a lot of buttons, but neither of them is trying to like get to that whip punish range. They're more just trying to get to their spacing, space something to land a conversion. There's been moments where they're like a huge whiff just fly, and then it looks like it's not part of their main game plan.
Look at the characters they're playing. They're not like motion characters. They're charged, right? So
That's
they already
true.
have to be. You have to be in that set spacing to do something properly, right? Oh, nice.
Oh, and he tried to go for the mix-up, but like he tried to steal frames. He tried to be a frame goblin.
Tackle for the Oki. Alex can't do anything, and he backed away. Do you know what? He might have tried. Okay, failed attempt there from Escudo. I think fhASSA might have tried to snuff out the throw invincible command grab. Maybe that's why he jumped back, or maybe he inputted a violent knee drop. Who knows?
Yeah, it might have been a Mario Nero because it was an instant light kick, I believe. Oh, nice. fhASSA timing on that EX headbutt.
Yeah, I feel like fhASSA really needs to respect that jumping roundhouse from Escudo here. Nice
Lovely
punch
counter
there.
conversion.
Yeah, lovely conversion and lovely interrupt as well. Just, you know, injecting that into the mid-screen here and there.
Okay, Coral kick again.
Let's see what's gonna be. Just keeps it tight. Keep it tight.
Yeah, that was
it's in it like confirmed right now. Now he can really whiff punish though.
But
Into
here's
that
the thing:
standing.
if he can stand at a range where Coral kick whiffs or something, and he can do crouching medium punch into the DDT, I think that's what he wants. But fhASSA's really been working on his space in the past year and a half, till past 2 years. So it's going to be difficult to do that.
Yeah, you can really see that it's difficult for Escudo to find that sweet spot to, you know, whiff punish, quarrel kick, because look at that, like the range is just absurd. Oh, it's gonna be a big
That was a
punch.
beautiful crush though. Definitely noticed some kind of a button movement there that he could crush. Takes the throw. Comes the activation soon. We're gonna see a neutral jump on the X tackle. Nah, just a sweep. Oh, gets the power up. Full power up. Let's
You
go.
got the cannon on the beach, let's go!
The super and everything.
All right, I wonder
Escudo, what's
if
it gonna be?
Escudo is going to take that risk. If fhASSA comes close with a negative tackle, he might go for a command grab to take the round.
Oh, wow,
That would have been sick.
I love how these rounds seem to go to the last seconds.
He didn't take the risk. Oh, he did. There it is.
Oh, he did there though.
He's so dead.
Okay.
He's like, Escudo was like, go on in, the water's fine.
Well, I mean, look, he's gonna have to consider that option. Of course, most situations, because he's in throw range, the commander, especially the light version, it is an option. But the thing is, if Escudo gets scared to do it, the deeper we go into this set, I think he's only gonna be losing to himself.
Yeah.
And no punish on that.
Okay, no punish on that. Yeah, that was the medium version, which is like clearly punishable. Yeah.
But we see here, he has the perfect spacing to step back and punish the coral kick, but he keeps walking forward and crouch blocking it instead of just like holding back, which would be a very interesting change to see from him. Nice with punish.
That whip punish
and
was
then
so
we get that
sick.
DDT.
One.
Oh, and that's
Wait.
so.
There's two.
No way, that's too sick, bro. Again, he tried it again.
Tried it.
Oh,
Wait,
he
right
is
now.
not letting it
It would have worked. It would have worked.
He just went for it.
Right now. He's not going to
Yeah,
do it. Oh,
my God.
No, that's so
no.
unfortunate,
No.
guys. He was too fuzzled,
Okay.
finickled, or whatever word you want to use. Which word is a good word right now?
His
Jammerz?
feathers were ruffled.
Yeah, look, he
Oh,
was
yeah,
too
ruffled
frustrated or
feathers.
too confused. But here's the thing, right? There's one thing at least I've learned about fhASSA playing him and over the past couple of years of watching him, right? When he
What is
does a tackle that's -2 on block, he's either going to do delayed throw or headbutt. There's ways to beat that, and sometimes he will give you the opportunity to win the game. I definitely feel that slip through his fingers. Like I said, man, these are robbery characters. I didn't say how they're going to rob you, but they take it, man. They take it.
But yeah, but a good thief doesn't tell you how he's gonna rob you. He's just gonna rob you.
I mean, Escudo here has 2 perfect jumps in his third hit. This is his third hit.
Sneaky. All right,
I mean,
let's
this
try
is his third hit. fhASSA's almost dead. That's beautiful play. Big reads, big payoff right now.
Oh, nice conversion there from the counter hit quarrel kick.
All right, tackle, activate on block. That was +8. So the first hit's +7 on block. I think the next one's +8. So the frame rate does slightly change depending on the hit. And this is it. Boy, that's what I mean.
That's what you're talking about, Jammerz. He can't do that.
You can't do that.
Oh, he
tried to
got
jump
caught
out.
in the air. Oh, that's one of the big things you shouldn't do. Like, it's scary. Once fhASSA gets you in the corner and starts, posing and charging there, it's
See?
just, testing your reaction.
I don't know. Because, like, that element that Alex can use against the vast majority of the cast has been taken away from characters like Guile, like Ed, like Falk, like Urian. You can see how limiting the neutral can be for Alex in certain areas until he gets a crush counter like that.
Yeah, and I love that because that crush counter came out of the V skill charge earlier, right? And then he sees something he can react to. Actually gets a good punish, but that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that actually, that was a good attempt from Escudo because you can actually do the light medium elbow into the EX knee in the corner, but unfortunately the range for some reason was not enough, not sufficient.
You can do the medium elbow into the EX knee, but not for free, baby.
I like that, my brother.
He's going to activate, get a little bit of chip here as well. And I think, do you know what he's trying to do? On block, he's trying to push fhASSA to the corner, but he's pushed him away. And the jump back, he should be able to get the round. Sleeper hold, done. No!
No way.
No, not quite.
Oh, what's
He's a
gonna
big
go?
boy.
He
Urian-
finds the double crouch like it to the crouch medium kick. Okay, okay.
So-
I mean,
Okay.
Urian is a big boy.
This is why these characters should not have more health. But I think there's another way to kill him is to do the EX flash chop the first hit and cancel into the sleeper hold. That might have killed, but
The risk reward thinking right now. Just get the corners more. I mean, there's so many of these. I feel like this. Put yourself in mind as to the EX headbutt, but it's not good at picking them out, and that move jump is just blown up.
Oh, he didn't go for the meat skill start. Maybe he didn't think he was gonna hit with that EX elbow there.
all right.
Oh,
Hyper
wow.
bomb. He can't get another one though. I said he can't get another one.
Yeah,
Why you
frame
trying to take
goblin,
it?
frame
Why?
goblin.
Why are you trying to take it, man?
Why are you trying to be a frame goblin, man?
Yeah. Man, Olvaha still trying to set us up.
No,
Oh,
he's
no,
trying to
he
set up
fighting
anything,
this time,
but
though.
he's
Now, though-
setting up a hyper bomb.
He would have done.
Yeah, he definitely is. And oh, I like that. Could have confirmed into the V-Trigger too, right? If he had landed a hit. Or even if he got to hit him on the armor, which is... I'm pretty sure he can do that, because a lot of... Verdi can do that, cancel into like double armors or command throws. If you catch them charging up with the V-Skill, no, the V-Trigger, and then you cancel into one of your throw moves, like the V-Trigger 2, I'm pretty sure... I mean, I haven't seen it myself, but I would assume that's why fhASSA can't just guess on a button when Escudo is in that V-Trigger, because that reactional counter is there.
This is the thing, though. I think, right, the problem with Escudo right now is how he's starting a lot of these matches. You can see the spacing and how meticulous he is when working on this matchups like this without his opponent having a projectile are some sort of long-reaching move. He's winning with coral kick and crouching medium punch alone. Despite, I personally think Alex does have the better pokes. I do think Alex has the better pokes.
Yeah, I think so too, but honestly, I feel like in a longer set like this, Escudo is definitely, I feel like there's a mental tax that comes with, you know, trying to keep the perfect spacing for so many games. So I think that's definitely going to be a factor at some point at least.
But something to add that Problem X does a lot in these areas is that when he gives away his frame and starts charging, he stands up, walks back, sees a whiff, and stand fierce into a charge mode. But instead, Escudo is choosing to just block low. Maybe he's afraid of the crouching medium kick. I'm not sure, but there are definitely moments he could have made this move with, punished it with a fierce, and get something started.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, here we go. So sweep activate again. He's going to have to make that comeback. And again, because he can't use his charge moves from full screen, it's going to be a lot more difficult. And it might seem on the surface.
Oh, and he tried. The forward dash move, fhASSA was just too ready for that.
His air-to-airs, his light headbutt anti-airs on neutral jumps. Like, again, this is why he's one of the best players in Germany and one of the best Urian players in Europe, despite playing a completely different Urian from the rest of them.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
that knee drop hurt extra hard because Escudo was clearly trying to anti-air that, but unfortunately just lost in that sense. If you do the crouch fierce too late, you're definitely gonna lose to the knee drop there.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice, finally. Gets mixed up. Let's see another one. No.
Nah, he's got to, I think he's got to find a way to establish control, and that's something that he's comfortable with himself before he goes, like, nuts.
Yeah, that's a
Big
lot
damage
of
though. What's it gonna be? Oh, he's actually started baiting it now, and it's working out for him. He's waiting a bit more. He has noticed that fhASSA has been hitting him a lot after blocking one thing. Goes into the X head, but the Escudo is now showing him. Be careful, and then just finds a way to crush him anyway.
Right, there you go.
Okay, plus frames. Yeah, you gotta do that at some point. I feel like the EX stomp is a really critical thing about Alex's gameplay. I feel like it's a really important factor where you can kind of, you know, sometimes establish the offense.
Oh, the delay, but no conversion.
Well, it's crouching medium punch, so the only thing you can get is like crouching jab into flash chop, so he hasn't knocked Urian down. I feel with a lot of these characters, they need to like put you on the floor.
Yeah, it's very true. I feel like Alex needs that, especially.
Oh, but fhASSA this time, instead of waiting for the first one, he's noticed and just does it raw instead, knowing that the Escudo baits might come later instead.
I really liked how Escudo just, you know, held back from the activation to avoid the throw mix up there.
Right, Escudo really needs this round, but he got interrupted there, and a well walk back from the tick throw of that
he's trying to get out of He's trying to get out of the water.
And you see how scared Escudo is to take his frames in case fhASSA does either the EX headbutt or the V-trigger, which is charged in itself. He's so afraid to take these turns. Gets a throw now.
Crouch medium punch once again. It's a fantastic
there.
combo. Oh,
there's the whip punish. I love it.
That's clean.
That was fantastic awareness, because the crouching medium punch he hit before was on a crouching Urian. He could not cancel into that because the DDT would have whiffed. So he waited for fhASSA to press a button and be standing to make sure he gets that confirmation. That is one thing that Alex players do want to get changed. Either DDT connects against crouches or something change about the move to make it easy to connect, because sometimes, and I have seen it with Escudo and I have seen it with Problem X, they do lose because they get the hit and you only practice the hit confirm, not so much the hit confirm and what position the character is in.
My man, I lose because of that too, so I definitely want that.
Well, you lost at the character select screen. You're a different case.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't convert though. I don't know if we want to give Alex even more firepower without taking something away from him. He has some of the best answers to V-shift. Like, he would die if he V-shifted at the wrong moment against Alex. That character is a beast right now, so there's no sympathy really.
My man, he needs it. Oh, okay.
Here comes the activation though.
Good punch. Better than nothing. Crouch medium punch.
Just get something, because a couple of something is more than nothing, you know? That's what we learned in church back home.
Okay.
Damn, one poke will do it. One crouching medium punch will do it. I think he just needs to play conservative. There you go. One crouching medium punch will do it. Trust me, the button does the work for you when the opponent has less than 10% vitality. Don't make it any more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, dude.
No, he's trying to walk forward. I know why he's walking forward, because if he does an immediate lariat from that distance, he's not going to get the second lariat. I think he needs to
start up to standing heavy kick. Do you know that? Could he have done
it's like 17.
Or it's too slow? It's too slow, maybe?
No, do you know what? I think it's just on the money, but I don't think he trusts it. Hold on, let me double check.
You can do forward gears, right? Yeah.
I really like how Escudo is, you know, getting these cheeky EX flat.
Yeah, stand hard kick from Alex is 17. Urian, what's your...
Oh no!
Oh, techs again.
Corner.
We haven't
He's
seen
in
a
the
lot
water.
of big techs though.
Yeah.
I mean, Escudo has been getting away with a lot of techs. But right now though, that's a great corner position. Escudo just does the walk up. I love it.
Guess for game, headbutt?
Massive.
Guess for game. Oh, he does it. I love it. That's
He did it.
No, do you
I
know
love
what?
it. And you know that feeling though. If you're the Alex player there, you're like, ah, I just gotta do it. And it lands. Oh my.
Here's the thing. In that situation, right, that is the genuine definition of a 50-50, right? It's, if I do this, I've won. If you headbutt, you've won. I don't think anyone can get mad at the situation. I wouldn't look at my opponent and say, you actually command would have had a headbutt. I'm like, no, because if your headbutt hit, you would have won. So that is a real coin flip. So, yeah, sorry. Urian's headbutt is -17, and Alex's stand hard kick is 17 frame startup. So he can press hard kick. I just don't think he wants to bank on it.
Yeah, you just have to mash it really hard. I'm very good at that. I can teach him how to mash it.
Yo, I see you, man.
Yeah, still liking the, like, they get back to neutral and then they trade chip damage and Gray until one of them kind of, they don't want to outspace each other, they want to inspace, they want to get some counter with something going. It's very interesting how they were playing the neutral, but it's an aggressive style
There
of
you
play.
go. One of those cheeky EX elbows once again.
Well, he's been doing it a fair bit, but the fact that I like that these two are very brazen in certain aspects of the game that they don't normally do.
There you go. There's the crouch medium punch with punish on the quarrel kick we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's too far. Do you know what?
Oh, he finds it. I might have been wrong, guys, on that cancel into the V-trigger. It might
No,
be
he
too
didn't
fast,
cancel.
actually.
Oh, no DDT there. That would have been big for
Look at the
Escudo.
standoff. Look at the stare down.
Oh, he finds that.
They were
Yeah.
like,
Dares
you know what?
He dares pressing. He'd be so afraid, and I know what he was doing. It was setting up the walk up because fhASSA would at some point think, I'm gonna punish you for walk up, crouch, medium punch by just going for the raw V trigger tackle. And Escudo one step ahead. Now I'm gonna walk up EX command throw you, sir. I'm
No,
sorry,
hey, listen,
but that's
no,
my style.
Escudo has...
not even sorry.
No, Escudo has fantastic patience, and I was kind of thinking he was going to do something regarding a command grab, but I didn't know how he was going to set it up, so really good stuff there from Veggey to identify that. Really good.
That was such a sick. I mean, high-level Street Fighter everywhere is so great to watch because these situations and that
my
reset
God,
again
he
to the
came
command
for a
throw.
Nice
Yeah,
reset, and
he
that's
got
gonna
it,
be a
he got
massive
it.
punish. Yo, Escudo is... He is really running away with this. Like this last match, I feel like this might be, you know, winds of change blowing.
No, but okay, I think this shows you how or why their skill level is like tantamount to one another or similar because look, like fhASSA had a fantastic start. He had a brilliant start and then like Escudo slowly but surely finding his footing and finding a way to claw himself back into this set. Whether he was fighting tooth or nail or trying to be a frame goblin as you say, he's 5-4 up right now, you know?
Why are you trying to set it up together now? This is crazy. You guys are wild.
No, he's wild.
You're just your
I just
mind
call you a
like
thief.
Veggey, your mind is in the gutter.
It really is. Okay, let's go back to the game.
Larry.
Oh my God, Lariat City.
Oh, nice. He's noticed those walkbacks after the first button, but he
you
doesn't
know
really
what?
get
I
much
tell
to
you
commit
what.
for
Do
it.
you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna make Lariat +5 next season. You heard it here first.
I mean,
They're gonna
is
buff
it
Lariat
really-
again. They're gonna buff Lariat
Jammerz,
again.
Jammerz, is it really a balance patch if they don't buff Lariat?
For no reason.
It's funny though, guys, because people have been memeing those buffs, but in the end, those buffs have actually panned out
This
to
is
be
where it
something
went.
quite great. Yeah, it's led to something pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh.
It led to something very
Nice, babe.
Damage. And
Don't
he
do the
can't
super,
headbutt.
nice.
He actually cannot headbutt. Oh,
Yeah,
that's why he ran
Oh,
away.
nice back jump. I like it.
He could have
One step
actually
ahead right
probably
now,
supered
fhASSA.
there.
Nah, super doesn't go that far.
Oh yeah, that's
It wouldn't have caught the back jump, so it's too much. And remember, it's a 3-hitting super.
Oh,
very
what?
true. Oh my God,
He was
got
one.
blown up.
Unfortunate. Nice raw reaction from fhASSA. That's the only time he would do it. Only on reaction. EX tackle reserved for the whiff punishes. Beautiful, glorious whiff punish by fhASSA for the round. Escudo though, still with the meter. Can get away with a big life lead early in this
interruption.
round. Duria.
Once again, oh Lariat City, Resident fast.
Lariat City!
Oh, could he have not done? You know what? They don't have 3 frames, so I'm not sure if that tackle was -3 there. Because remember, Urian's frame there varies because of the spacing and like the distance it covers.
Yeah.
Or where it lands on the opponent with violent knee drop anyway. So I don't know how hard it is for Escudo to really determine what he should press. I think Lariat for him on like after a blocked move is the safest thing he thinks he can do. So
The overhead, I think that was an autocorrect.
Yeah, that's a great way to just do it. Here comes the activation. Escudo just walks away, and fhASSA's still not checking out with the low when he actually has the low.
Yeah.
That he can
There you
with
go,
reaching
into
his
the
two.
DDT. And it's gonna be a mix-up. There you go, chop your neck, boy.
no, I kind of agree with what Veggey's saying. I'm surprised he hasn't at least tried to commit low forward into the Tyrant Blaze and then B -2
stop that.
just to see what happens.
Yeah. Because Escudo is walking after one button all the time. Walking out of pressure, walking out of pressure.
Honestly, I would love to see Escudo finishing up these EX flash elbow and the slash into the V skill.
All right, good tech in the corner. And again, we're at an ideal position for anybody. But again, fhASSA, one of the best at maintaining that corner position. Stuns racking up here for Escudo.
Escudo with the brain tech again. But you gotta guess again and again soon. Just wait for it. It's coming. I'm coming.
The patience.
Nice activation. Nice.
Patience right now. Oh, he's in dangerous waters now. Literally.
I love you, man.
Dead. He's dead.
Oh,
Right
that's
now
gonna be
he's
it.
dead.
He's dead!
What are you
No, he
doing?
dropped the super again. That's the second
Come
time.
on.
He would have... Come on, Escudo. He would have died for sure.
You know
Yeah,
what? fhASSA
Escudo,
deserves to win this
Escudo.
game. Nah. Oh, okay.
Go.
He just wanted that finish.
No, you know what? I honestly feel fhASSA deserved to win that game after he
Yeah.
did not cancel the flash chop into
Yeah.
the super. I don't know if he's
Exactly.
getting misinputs.
I agree.
We'll ask him afterwards. But
Yeah.
again,
That's the second time.
Yeah, those opportunities are big, and the fact I think he was so annoyed that he didn't get the super. That's why he did dash shot command grab.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes I do that as well. Do that. I said I missed my super, so I'm gonna rob you
Yeah,
now.
F it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Punish.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
I'm loving this. It's so
Great
even.
activity.
Too. Oh, nice anti-air.
Big activation. No, big anti. And again with it, like, blocks a button. Escudo hasn't stopped him from doing that. I mean, it's kind of hard to make European players stop doing anything with me. It's kind of hard to train, I'd say.
Oh, what? Wait, not
How
Urian
to
players
train
specifically.
Urian.
I actually think Nash players and blanket players are harder to train than Urian players.
Yeah, that is true, but they are
I'm being honest
special breeds.
How to train your plunk.
Hey, listen, don't tell anyone that idea. You can make a lot of money from that.
Yeah, like someone needs to make that. You know, someone needs to make that book.
Hold on, he's trying to look for activate. Someone's trying to get a super activate here. fhASSA can do it safely. Escudo's banking on getting the cross count to get the meter in time.
It's all warmed up here.
He's kind of warmed up. I don't understand the V-skill use though. I would just assume that the other use V-skill would give him some more mileage of things to do, but I might be completely off here.
I
reality,
was thinking the
Didn't
other
play.
V skill for fhASSA would be better, but he just likes this layout. He just likes V skill 1V trigger 2.
Honestly, yeah, that's what I feel as well. Honestly, I just feel like it might just be a preference because they're playing against each
Oh,
other.
you are dead.
and
You are
that's
dead
a
now.
big timing.
Oh, what?
And no
He's
super.
doing it on
Now that was
purpose.
intentional. He's
He's-
greedy with the
yeah,
bar
he-
right now.
he's gotta be
He's
doing that on
greedy.
purpose.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
him
yeah.
pay for it, fhASSA. Make
Yeah,
him pay for it.
He's
Show him that was wrong.
He's sitting on that treasure trove of meter right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, come on.
He lost.
Yeah, no,
Oh
good,
my
good.
god.
Nah, no, he deserves
Make
that.
him regret it.
Like,
Make him regret it.
He
Nice.
actually deserves that because that's
Yes.
3 times now you haven't done a CA finisher when you should be doing it.
You are greedy,
exactly,
Escudo.
exactly.
Greedy.
Yeah. He is sitting on that treasure trove like he's guarding a treasure.
I mean, no one's gonna steal your meter from you. It's not Nash.
That's true.
That's true. No escape.
And I mean, now you have 1 bar and lost the round as well, so it's like...
I mean, you know.
greedy.
Yeah, exactly. Serves him right. I just love how we all sided against him there. Like, you're too
Yeah.
greedy for your own good.
Oh,
man.
he's floating. Yeah, he was floating. He could have got a
Yeah.
pickup. He definitely could have got a
maybe
pickup.
He
for
could
that.
have. Yeah. He could have gotten an EX knee.
What about the East flash chop? Did he get
Flash
that?
chop was
also,
guaranteed.
yes,
Flash chop was
yes.
guaranteed. The knee, I'm not sure because of what happened earlier in the corner.
Nice.
I do think the startup is enough there, but
Hey,
Doesn't find it with punish, but finds the inchy binchy walk up command.
you know what?
That's a new word, by the way. Tinchy, inchy, winchy. I don't know.
I'll tell you something. So in the early days of Street Fighter 5, a few people actually did this, but then it was too risky to do. Some people would let moves whiff, and they'd intentionally dash in afterwards and command grab them. He's been
Mars
doing,
Mika, right?
Yeah, he's been doing walk up into command grab when he moves a whiffing. I think it was an interesting tactic, but it's not stable. It doesn't hold well.
Yeah, it's too risky at this point in the game as well.
Okay, nice elbow. Tearing each other down with these heavy kicks, just trading jumps, really.
Yeah,
Hopping off the ground and pushing the kick to the face.
making that move safe there. I like that from
love it.
Escudo.
Let's see if fhASSA can get this game there, because Escudo's 4 wins on the bounce. Good jump back jab. This is why he was doing the air-to-air, Veggey. It's because of that.
He tried to dive bomb there.
Yeah, and earlier also caught that crouch fierce with the jump heavy kick.
Oh my god.
Oh, you are.
Oh, you're brilliant. You're brilliant. He's going to do it again. I promise you, he might do it again.
Brilliant.
I feel like Veggey was gonna use a different word than brilliant.
No, I just, you are persistent is what I wanted to say. Like, you are really, you don't stop. And I like it because it's working. It is working, so why not? What's it gonna be? Again? No. Okay. Just trying to sit there, trying to find something in the walk-up EX command throw again. I love it. Because in Escudo's, like, you might think it's kind of risky, but remember that fhASSA does like to either a long start move or sometimes just do a raw start of that literally to tackle when it needs something going, and that the answer is obviously a walk-up command throw.
Well, I mean, let's look at it from a different perspective, right? You're low on health, and there's Alex gets his Oki situation. You're not really gonna backdash. You're already in trigger. And you're charging something. At that point, you're waiting, right? So why not, you know, walk up, be brazen, be audacious, take that command. If he headbutts you, he headbutts you, but he's probably not thinking about it at the time.
Yeah, that's very true, and honestly, I gotta add, I really love that we're getting scoops at the beach. That's what you gotta have.
Remember that tournament that was gonna be at the beach? Good times, good times.
The beach.
That was good times.
Good times indeed.
Oh, nice. Finds a way out of the corner. Escudo does.
He's out of there. He's like,
right
let me get into that. The water looks good. Let me get there.
Oi,
Nice
now that's a whip punish we're used to seeing with Urian, and then the tackle that follows up afterwards. This is the only thing he's really using his meter on outside of EX headbutt, to be honest with you.
Oh, and he's dead.
Nice. And it's like, they definitely, Jammerz, as you say, they do with punish on reaction there to the sweep. But then they make the people doubt if it was reaction or not by just doing another EX tackle.
Yeah, just
immediately right after.
All right.
Well, why not? Why not? Why not?
Oh, misses it. Do you know what? It's fine. He's won 5 games on the bounce. I think he can miss a command grab here and there.
Yes. I mean, he has
Look at these trades!
Slash elbow. Right, and
I
because
want to see at some point maybe a V-shift on an elbow, because that's definitely wrestling at this point.
you can do it, but again, you have to see how fast has been using his meter. It's mainly for activating, right? He's done 1 or 2 V-shifts, but it hasn't been slowed down. He's just trying to get out of the range that he's uncomfortable with when he put himself in that situation in the first place. Oh, hey, that anti was brilliant.
That was beautiful. That was after a coral kick. Very good. Charge timing.
Yeah.
The activation. Can't really stop him.
Oh no, one grab will do it. Oh, he waited.
He waited, really, yeah.
He's waiting for the headbutt. He's so shook at the headbutt right now. He doesn't want to lose this round to a headbutt.
No, and he gets it!
He was so scared. He was so scared of the headbutt, he went for one of himself.
Damn.
And I like that. I want to give Escudo the benefit of the doubt and say he waited for fhASSA to stand up, start walking forward before he did it. At that point, he couldn't be headbutted anymore.
And wait, what were we saying? What were we saying before? He was doing it too far away. Do a little bit closer. Do it a little bit closer.
Yeah, you want it a bit closer.
fhASSA, you are the beautiful madman.
There's definitely beauty in this madness.
Oh, he got booted.
Finally gets a punish on it.
He's gonna get some Oki.
Yeah, he can actually with the dash up.
He's +4 after that.
Yep.
Better that than powerbomb.
Oh no, with punish on it. He actually found a whiff punish randomly in the heavy kick, but I guess there's no conversion.
Nice.
Oh, no way!
He just pushed him back to the waters.
That was an unorthodox reaction, and he was able to win the game with that. Makes it 8-4. So, wait, did he forward dash and then back dash? Is that what he done?
Honestly, I would need to see the replay.
He either walked into that or backdashed into that, because I think he was trying to adjust his position to try and deal with that. And then the move, shouts to tall characters, by the way, he literally got hit on his dome.
Yeah. He was like, yo, surprise.
Just to let you guys know, Escudo's on a 6-win streak right now in this first attempt.
Yeah. And it was looking bleak for a while when it was down 4-2, and then suddenly just turned it around.
Nice punish there from fhASSA. Yeah, do you know what? I feel like fhASSA's game plan is so orientated towards tournaments. And that, like, again, that's a good thing. Because, again, you're going to be competing in tournaments for most of the part. But looking at how these strategies pan out in a long set, I think it really depends on the character he's up against.
It definitely does.
Definitely.
Oh, and once again, eating those lariats like it's breakfast. Let me get those. Nutritious meal plan.
Oh, hold on, gonna activate +3 on block, goes low, and he committed. Nah, he committed. You know what? You're 8-4 up in this set. Your slash elbows have been pretty much working 70 to 80% of the time. I would have taken my chances as well.
Sometimes you need to do that, and he has a huge lead, so definitely he could just, do that. 4-match lead.
Oh, they neutral jumped at the same time.
What did they say about
Monkey
that?
see, monkey do.
Great something thinks alike.
The great minds think alike. These two are magnificent. Good punish.
Or ape strong together. I don't know, either one. You'll take either one.
Yeah.
So I just checked out the situation, and he actually dashed the direction Escudo was going, and then after the dash recovery, he got hit by the dive kick.
Hold on, and he's going to get punished. Yeah, there's recovery on the V-triggers when you activate them, and a headbutt to close out the round. That is going to be 8-5, 6-win streak over in this set here. So fhASSA, it's taken a little while, but he's got another game on the board here. Again,
He's being headstrong.
Well, I think both these guys have to be headstrong. I'd like Escudo to actually combo into a super so we can see he get planted into the water for no reason. But
Yeah, he's greedy.
Or planted in the sand. Cover me in the sand.
We agree that he's greedy at this point. He just wants his bar. He doesn't want to use the bar. He thinks he can save that bar for tomorrow. So
Oh man, I really want to see Urien get planted in the sand. He's like, come on.
nice. I like that from fhASSA. fhASSA looking really strong right now.
Yeah.
And his corner position has always been so strong for him, finding the quarrel kick counter conversions.
tackle.
Is he gonna be looking a bit for that kick disorder?
Dangerous width there with the forward medium.
And I like the back throw instead of just throwing forward. Very aware that he could get the corner position if he just used a bit more time to input the back before throwing.
Coral kick,
double.
yeah, being persistent, being very incessant with those coral kicks, and then he's trying to try. Yeah, that's when he uses V-shift, right? He doesn't use it in other situations. He uses it after he's put himself in a dangerous situation. So this is why I feel he's just literally hanging on to it for the V-trigger 2. Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's very
so
true. Do
ready.
you guys also, I wanted to ask you both, do you feel like when Urien's using V-trigger 2, it kind of frees him up to use a little bit more of that V-shift, for example? How do you guys feel?
You can still use V-shift and like V-reversal. You won't be as like clingy and like stubborn to keep onto the reflector. So you are going to be a little bit more liberal with your V meter. But even then, with the way fhASSA's been playing today, or this set alone, crush counter in his face.
That's going to be a massive amount of damage.
Is he going to grab him? Yeah.
No stun though.
So
Oh, and he finally gets some checks for the crouching medium kick. Okay, that was one.
still walking
And again,
backwards.
Escudo just walking out of it, and fhASSA not recognizing, not trying to do anything about it. No whole sweeps like 80 terminal, no crouch medium kick V-trigger 2s. Just letting him walk out of it.
Do you know what it is? I don't think he's not recognizing it. I don't think he wants to get caught by a slash elbow.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he doesn't want to get armored. He's dead.
Oh, but he's going to get grabbed there. Come on in the water. Damn, just take a quick dive.
All right, again. And it's very interesting how these guys have been utilizing their EX meter in this set. Do you know, I might actually watch this one back and learn a little bit more. I know I've seen these guys in tournament, but in that extended set, that 1st to 10, like how they've been developing strategies and using them over time, it's been interesting.
Yeah,
it's
I also
really
like that
interesting to see.
combination with punish on sweep. And I think Alex is a carrier that gets quick okay on quick rise even after the sweep.
Yes, I think he's like +5 on dash, I think.
Yeah. Oh, great count. Crush counter.
Goes for the reset.
Yeah.
Stays on the same side.
Here, no. Great stuff from fhASSA, finally. And now you know Escudo. Yeah, and Escudo is so comfortable at that point to just like block low a bit and then walk back. Block low a bit and then walk back. fhASSA can finally get something, even if it's not really that intended. Crush like for the stun and the round and the game. 8-6 this time. I see the chat. This is good stuff. Let's go.
Well, do you know what's interesting, right? Because he's trying to play like again. I like the patience, not the conservative style, like to say. It's definitely that methodical patience. But you have to remember as well, with Alex, you've got durability to work with. You've got the health and you've got the durability to work with, so you can kind of like take a couple more punches than Urien can. Urien's got some decent, I think Urien's 1025 health, 1050 stun. I could be wrong, I might have to double check that. But even then, like Urien can take a couple of blows as well.
He's got more stun than Birdie? That's crazy.
That's why I like to call this.
I'd need to double check his stun.
Slugfest.
Yeah, okay, good stuff right now though anyway.
Yes, Jammerz, you were correct.
Yeah, he's got 1050 stun.
Yeah. I just checked myself.
What? He got 1050 stun?
So he got more stun than Birdie?
Birdie's
a big body. Why?
He needs it, I guess.
Oh, he needs a boot to the face.
Yeah, big foot.
Right, you're gonna headbutt, you can take the grab. Nah,
oh, he's too greedy, holding the life lead. Doesn't matter. He didn't need the super. I mean, if he needed the super, he wouldn't have done it. We know it. Everyone knows it at this point. fhASSA might have come back, but luckily for Escudo, that was enough to land the kill without it. Yeah. Oh, great spacing. Really good spacing from fhASSA in that mission.
Yeah, didn't confirm from that punish there.
Oh, wait.
Oh, oi, oi.
Oh,
are we getting a bug out here?
German ISPs, not very good.
Is CFN acting up on me? They're acting up on me today.
German ISPs. I heard they're pretty bad.
Wait, are they? Don't lie to me now. I don't have to ask them that afterwards.
Don't lie.
I don't think nothing's as bad as UK internet sometimes.
So maybe it's, you are the host though, so crazy stuff.
Hey, listen, sometimes this is why people like watching the UK CPTs.
Yeah, for the drama. First the high-level game and then the fun afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the games are the appetizer and the main course is the Twitter discussion.
Oh, big whip, but no whip punish. Consistently not whip punishing Lariat whips. But probably not really looking for it. Can be awkward.
Oh yeah, he tried to convert from that, but Crouching Fierce doesn't have the juggle points there.
And again, it's little just
DDT.
yeah.
Oh, people are telling me Germany's internet is not that great. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just took a guess. I just took a guess.
No
Jammerz,
conversion.
I'm
No
very good at
conversion.
guessing.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
Oh, he tried to be greedy, or he just overcommitted, overbelieved. And
Nah,
right now, though, it's fhASSA in the lead.
Oh, he done it again. And you know
fhASSA
what?
is so focused on
It's
that.
time and time again, right? Because if you look at that situation repeatedly, what's he been doing? Jabs, delayed lariat, trying to throw him. And it's like, you know what? Eventually, fhASSA's going to stop moving himself.
Yeah.
So therefore, you pick those moments, and they've actually been kind of pivotal for Escudo. And he gets the grab once again, and that's like 9-6. So potentially last game here for Escudo.
yes indeed. Will he get the mojito after? We'll see. We'll find out.
Conversions, baby! Countering stamina kick, crouch jab, flash jump. I like it. Oh, the spacing. fhASSA just setting up the space.
Spaced it perfect.
I want to say that was a whiff punish dash throw. Escudo wants to answer with his own. Just show him I can do this too. Dash throw. He's annoyed maybe. Wants to show him.
The Ric Flair chop.
Oh yeah, trying to outspace.
Chop your neck.
Okay, interestingly timed headbutt there. It avoided the command grab. But again, remember, we need to pay attention to how fhASSA's playing now, because fhASSA needs to chase the set if he wants to like come and win it. Escudo, he can take a little bit more risk than normal now because it's the last game.
And Escudo keeps getting up. He's allowed to just walk out of dodge, get out of the dodge, Escudo's walk back. It's like
Now he needs to get out of the water. It's dangerous out there.
Oh, fhASSA EX headbutt again. He's so good at being like, you don't think it's gonna come again in that situation. The Union players are very good, I feel, at finding those spots. Might be something with the move itself, as I say. Oh,
Yo, with the headbutt once again. That's such a powerful tool.
I just think he doesn't want to, like, again, there's more satisfaction to ending the round baiting a throw with a headbutt and winning than actually beating my opponent with the throw. He doesn't want to
And you said it like you said it before. It's an annoying move, and it feels annoying to get hit by
It's annoying to get hit by it. Yeah.
Oh, he got the crush counter in the air. That was crazy. Must have been pressing something. Was that maybe like one of those knee drops, violent knee drops?
Oh, big punch, no. Okay, went for the reset. Oh, it was really, they're really using their edge now.
Alright, DDT. What's he gonna do? V-shift. Okay. I wonder if you're gonna charge chariot tackle in that, because you can hold back and do V-shift now. So you probably can hold charge then.
It might be a bit awkward to know if he would catch the recovery frames. I don't know. Oh, wow, that was good stuff. And the activation again just gets to walk out of pressure for free.
Do you know what? I think he's got to do sweep into tackle or something. He's got to do something.
He's got to stop.
He needs to spice it up here.
Nice here. This is such a good round right now for fHASSA. You cannot be wrong. He did it! No way, he did it! Nah!
See you later.
That would have chipped anyway, maybe.
No.
That was the second time.
Would that have chipped anyway? I think that would have been a speck of health. I could be wrong. I need to double check the chip damage on his super. I think that would have been a speck of health. But now, again, what did I say? Pay attention to how fast he's playing, because he needs to come back into the set. So he's going to be fighting tooth and nail. He's throwing everything in the kitchen sink to try and get back in the set. And it's 9-7. I don't think that super does as much chip as people think it does. I reckon Alex would have had a speck of health left.
Yeah, probably. I think so. I think the chip wouldn't have killed there.
He'd probably try to catch the tech or the jab. And
How could you not love
fHASSA's definitely not greedy though. He's not greedy on the meter like Escudo is.
Eating on that treasure. What's gonna say? You know what's gonna say.
He finds that random tackle there and that beautiful punish, but no conversion.
I honestly, I feel like if he would have gone for crouch medium kick, he would have gotten a combo out of that, but I'm not completely sure about that.
Alright, he's building meter right now, and he manages to trap him and catch him with the tackle. Gonna get confirmed with a headbutt. Trying to get a throw bait here, not working out for him right now.
Oh, nice
activation over the head. Oh, double.
So many plus frames right now. Maybe more after the balance patch.
Sneaky.
I like it. Now he finds it. Checked it earlier. Is he still doing doubles? He is. Let me punish those doubles with my EX headbutt. You're in the corner right now. No! He was finally ready! And Escudo match point.
I mean, like, he pressed the jab and he recovered in time. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you can do that against the EX headbutt.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully. Exactly.
That's why also the super is often like the choice earlier was probably not chip. It was probably to catch. Since it wouldn't have chip, it was probably just to catch the jab or the jab.
Eddie man in the chat, nice jab. Yep.
Alright, backs off here, last round, and there again, a successful air stampede here. Things are working out for Escudo. A couple of grabs to mentally deter fHASSA will do the trick. He gets back for it himself.
Escudo can really taste the mojito already. He can already taste it. He's like, let me take a sip.
Hit.
Oh no. See? Rushed out, it's working! The V-skill! I saw you in chat! One! I can count one!
Isn't that only one? Yeah, wasn't that only one?
Yeah, one!
Oh my god! He drops it! He drops it! But manages to get the plus frames.
Plus frame. Are we gonna see that walk up the EX command throw again? No.
He might do it! He might do it! Yeah, he tried!
No?
He's not dead! Oh, no punish! Oh, what the
crap!
You know what? I'll tell you something very funny. He tried to punish with stand medium punch. If he did crouching medium punch DDT, he would have won the round. He actually would have won this set. It's got the range to do it.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, fHASSA's still alive. Sliver of health. No punish. That looked like a punishable range. Maybe not for Alex. Definitely, if your name is Karin Kansuki, you could definitely punish that quality.
Headbutt.
Nice. Keeps on headbutting. Still not deterred. Or should I say, he's not respected by Escudo, so he should keep doing it until he gets that respect. And such a great momentum right now. Another throw.
The stun is racking up. The stun is racking up right now.
Is he going to activate?
Yeah, that sweep activate is coming, I think.
Yeah, he needs to go over the limit.
Over the limit? Yeah. Too slow. Okay, Escudo.
Is he going to go for a frame goblin? No.
Nah, he walked this time. I respect that. He tried to walk him down this time. But, like, again, fHASSA's got a huge life lead, an enormous life lead to work with, and that jumping.
What happened?
Connected? Why? What?
He was not ready for it. Here is some connection and no conversion.
That must be a tight link. I'm not sure how easy that is.
No, not comboed? Oh my god, I can't believe that. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Escudo tried to trade there.
Do you need to do the EX uppercut to I mean, the EX needs to anti-air that one, or can you actually consistently crouch pierce it?
I think
a hard
EX
question to
knee is
answer.
more reliable
It
against
is,
upper
it is.
body. Like crouch fist is a good anti, and they've sorted that out over the years. But I think it probably would have been better to go for the EX knees. I'm kind of more worried about the combos that fhASSA's been dropping. I think he's been slightly delaying the tackle a little bit longer than usual. Kind of treating it like Luke's flash knuckle combos.
Maybe playing a bit of that. Luke.
Good point.
Luke the Fluke.
Do you know what? He's been at 9 for what, the last 2 games now? Yeah, the last 2 games.
Yes.
Damn, this is close. I like these two when they play. I
I
really do.
love this.
Yeah, and I mean, fhASSA smells blood, as you say. And when he's been smelling blood, he's been very aggressive.
Well,
Finally,
there's
as people
smelling
will
blood,
debate.
and then there's having your headbutt blocked.
Yeah, and then there is actually not getting your
Look
throw because it landed when you thought it wouldn't. Nice air to air.
Definitely it's Sharks
Into the
water
corner.
Right now. Want to finish this up?
Double? No, yeah. He's so afraid of Escudo doing the reversal press that he's rarely ever tried.
Lazy
Oh, nice
flash.
punish.
Throws.
Even with the back jump.
Yeah, no, this. Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. I like the attempt though.
I respect it.
Yeah, because that would be both the random V-trigger tackle charge and the startup of the...
No, yeah, I think he was looking for coral
Yeah.
kick. I don't think he's looking for the tackles. That's
Yo,
why you can't
that
do that.
was
Do you know what?
fun.
He was being so disciplined and so reserved in using that move in situations where he couldn't use it, and he forgot for a split second that fhASSA was still in V-trigger 2.
Oh, and fhASSA angry, starting with a tackle, tried to whiff punish the air. Worked out for him.
He's getting antsy. I know for the last game and a half, he's been antsy, Escudo, because he's been at set point essentially, and he's let it slip through his fingers. He's literally let it slip through his fingers.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the worst feelings you can have in a longer set. Like the other person is, creeping up on the matches there, and you definitely want to, finish that match. Finish
And you're
that
not
set.
playing. And you're not playing that good because you stopped risk rewarding as you should and started. I want a win reward. I just want a W. And that's when you start playing bad. And
I
that
feel
is
like-
another mentality for a player to overcome as he approaches a better player status. I think.
I feel like that's working in fhASSA's favor right now. Oh my god.
he's so consistent with these -2 EX uppercut. We're gonna
so
find something. I want to see the repeat of history. I want to see.
Trade.
Oh,
I'll take
okay.
it. Do you know what? It's a bit weird, but we'll take it. DDT.
DDT. What's it gonna be? Oh,
Engine momentum here. Oh, -2. Oh,
Dead.
this time he went for the lariat. He was fearless.
All
and
right.
Escudo back on match point, set point, guys, and they're almost equal on meter. Escudo, don't read that meter.
Actually, do
It's
you
the
know
last
what?
round.
These guys might actually go swinging with their meter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You might see moves that haven't been
I
working
mean-
before. That they're gonna like splurge that meter real quick.
I mean, this might be the last round, so go all out.
Yeah, I mean, Escudo knows it won't be his last round. Like, if it's not like he's losing if it's over, so he can not care a bit
Headbutt.
more faster though. Again with the EX
I told you they're flying. Yeah, I told
Jammerz,
you
you
these
said
moves
that.
are flying.
Fist will fly at this location.
3-5-4, baby.
Alright, what'd I
and
tell you?
again, half the life has just been like EX moves.
It's almost like I know what I'm
Great
talking
conversion,
about.
and he gets that delay, but doesn't convert.
Uh-oh,
Goes to throw. Is it gonna be?
He can't activate.
The crouch
He can't activate how he wants to.
Oh no, that's great. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, he's activating. Oh.
Too far? Yeah, that's too far. Saw a couple of
Why did
frames.
he do the EX? He could have now gotten that one hit for kill.
No, come
Oh,
on.
that was
Again.
That was not gonna kill. Oh my god.
And fhASSA with the random V-trigger 2 charge.
Oh my god, that was insane. Insane. We're gonna go to the last match. Go to the last match.
Willkommen till Germany, bro.
Don't ever say that again.
Willkommen till Germany. Deutschland.
Okay.
Willkommen till
Do you know
Deutschland.
what? It has been a while since we had a game go down to the last round. What a turnaround from last week with Idom and Spaceboy, right? These two never fail to
Germany,
deliver
baby.
the goods. Lariat.
Ooh, Lariat. Lariat
Scooter's
CD,
on the hunt
Resident.
again.
Yeah, Resident. fhASSA.
Kudryshk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we are definitely playing Drishk characters, that's for sure. Both of these are.
I mean,
Oh,
I said
no
this is
good
gonna be a
punish, though.
slugfest. It's been a slugfest.
They're definitely just trading heavies right now. Every other heavy. Now, it's been a long time since Escudo's been using the jump. fhASSA's not ready anymore because it's been such a long time that it's comfortable just playing the neutral game. Escudo is recognizing it and abusing it. Let's see how that evolves at the last game. Activation. Punish the walk back, please.
No, the thing is, he's doing short, but that's doing like 30 damage. You can't cancel that into the tackle. Do crouch medium kick.
Do the crouch medium kick. Just sweep.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem.
Do the 80 terminal. Just sweep. You can do this, baby.
Shout out to 80 terminal, by the way.
Yeah, I love that, dude. Oh, let's go. They've gone from like very over-aggression to a bit more respect again. fhASSA finds the respectful hit. Two disrespectful hits afterwards, though.
You talked about respect?
Listen,
He heard me and said, I don't respect nobody.
Look, this is how you assert dominance against your close friend and compadre in the community. And what a turnaround. He's on a 3-win streak, trying to make it a 4-win streak to close out this first to 10. Has Escudo let this slip through his fingers from 3 games ago?
Respect.
Escudo, how are you letting him get away with this, Escudo, my brother? You must.
Okay.
Ooh, nice punish,
not a good
okay.
punish, though.
No, I mean, he got something at least. He got something.
That's a good point.
Right, dash up and grab him again.
ridiculous.
I would have dashed up and grabbed him again.
Yeah, me too. I would have gone full flame goblin. Hobgoblin.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's in a bad spot because fhASSA can actually win the game from here with the way he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he finds his back, he's ready again. He's seen it. Yeah, he saw that last. He saw the jumps from last round and he's ready again to stop it. So just need a quick reminder.
over him, jump over
Escudo,
him,
please
jump
get out of
over
the
him.
corner. What are you doing?
Jump over him.
Escudo, why did you not jump?
no.
Oh my god.
It can't end like this. No, it can't end like this.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it. He didn't even do the charged hard kick. What he did was the non-charged version and cancelled it into the V-trigger 2 tackle because he was confident he was still going to be in a beneficial spot. And what that did was make him win this set. What a turnaround from a huge deficit. Slowly but surely coming back. I definitely think fhASSA is a slow starter, but when he comes out victorious, man, does it feel good. The V-trigger 2 god showing you why you can use that V-trigger and have some fun. A very different Urian, a very different character, but it's still fun nevertheless. So these guys have concluded that set. That's fantastic. And like I said, what a turnaround from last week's show that we had with Idom and Spaceboy. But you know what? We're going to have to get these guys back in the call and we're going to have to talk to these guys. But before we do that, we're going to take our mandatory second break. And when we come back, we're going to be on the other side with fhASSA and Escudo talking more about what transpired in that set. See you shortly.
Number 2.
Guess it's time to start warming up.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. If you are just joining us, then you must be new here. The set is over, so I am sorry. Well, I'm not really sorry, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm sorry. It was a nail-biting set, so if you didn't see it, please make sure to catch the archives on Capcom Fire's YouTube channel, or you can rewind the stream chat a little bit and go back about an hour or so ago, because usually first to 10 take about 40 to 50 minutes, maybe just under an hour. But it was an exciting set between two guys that are very familiar with themselves, and what a turnaround it is. And they are back in the call with us. So, fhASSA, Escudo, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yeah. Loud and clear again.
Fantastic. So, fhASSA, congratulations on winning that. I mean, that was like 2 huge deficits you had to make a comeback from. Thanks. But again, against someone that you're very familiar with, I'm pretty sure you knew better than anyone that it's like, this is doable, this guy, despite the scoreline. Now, judging by the way you play, I have to ask you, this is just me being ignorant at this point. What do we have to do to convince you to use V-Trigger 1 at this point? Because it's like you and V-Trigger 2 go hand in hand.
Love at first tackle.
Yeah, literally love at first tackle. Yeah. So I really want to know, what would it take to convince you to go back to V-Trigger 1 for the final update?
What would I convince? I don't know, maybe if they make it a 5-bar trigger, maybe. But yeah, I don't have any plans to go back to V-Trigger 1. I was considering at the start of season 3 or 4, I was considering back to Aegis, but after a long Zen session, I was like, I was born to tackle. So I've been stuck with this trigger for a while, and you will see me again.
Now, one thing we noticed quite a fair bit, well, there's a couple of things you did, but I think one thing that stood out to me and Veggey the most, fhASSA, was every time you activated, mainly from the target combo activation, which I think is +3 on block, Escudo was walking out a fair bit. Now, you did stop him with crouching light kick, but you never really committed to crouching medium kick into an immediate tackle. I mean, could you kind of talk us through why you didn't want to go for a more committal approach there? Or you just wanted to be safe as possible in that situation?
In this case, I wanted to be safe because, how do I describe it? Because in most cases, I kind of mistimed my buttons, so I had to go for, at a certain point, I was like, yeah, I gotta take it safe. But yeah, you're right, maybe medium kick was the better answer in this case. But if you're like 5 games in, you tend to forget this.
Okay, no, fair play. I mean, it's something that, again, look, I like to call us backseat gamers. We're just backseating here. We're not playing. You're in the driving seat. But it is something that probably at this level or the level you're playing at, you need to clock onto like much quicker, because again, that's a huge avenue in terms of getting damage, especially and the screen carry that V-Trigger 2 like gives you. That would have been free corner pressure for you like the vast majority of times. But hey, you won it 10-9, so I'm a backseat gamer.
And we can keep it for the next time.
We can keep it for the next time as well.
Exactly. Now you have more firepower for maybe another important time. I mean, you won here, now you got that firepower.
Yeah, you do. Now,
firepower!
Another question I have for Escudo, I'm kind of afraid as to what he's going to tell me. There was multiple situations where you could have ended the round with super. Why didn't you spend your bar on this super?
I hoped you wouldn't ask that.
To be honest, I would have asked you after the set.
Like, I can just say, like, I just didn't play for a few weeks, and like my weak side is always like playing from right to left, and especially, and that was the issue at that point. Like, that was like the small mistake.
Okay.
They're just stuck in the head with it.
Now that you bring that up, because this is very important. This is what a lot of people, and this is what fighting games in general don't tell you. Escudo, how often do you practice in training mode from right to left? Or do you just always assume that you understand the concept of how fighting games work, you don't need to? Because I think practicing right to left combos and sequences is just as important as practicing left to right. So, I mean, do you do that at all, or do you just think it's going to be natural for you?
I practice that, but I don't go to training mode to do that.
Okay.
Like, I sometimes put myself, like, if I just play online ranked or something, I just put myself in the corner, like, just to be on the right side, basically, and then do it from there.
Okay, interesting. No, you know, it's great that you brought it up there.
But what controller do you use?
Stick.
Okay, interesting. I always thought Escudo was a pad player for some weird reason.
Yeah, or a keyboard player even, maybe.
Wow.
Escudo, just a quick question. Do you still use an Octogate?
Yes.
Oh, I actually have problems with octogates in this game. I used to play octogate before, and I had to just change to square gate because I lost a lot of my quarter circle forward inputs in this game for some reason.
Quarter circles, you essentially have to do half circles. If you really don't believe in your inputs, you got to do half circles and they come out as quarter circles, or you just have to be tight knit to that stuff. So I think the octogate argument for in this game with how lenient it can be, it can definitely mess you up in a couple of situations here and there. Another question I got to ask as well. I want to hear it from fhASSA's perspective first. The neutral in this matchup, how does it feel for you? Because at times it felt like you were really struggling, against some of the pokes, against some of the approaches Alex had in general. So how does the matchup feel against Alex from your perspective?
Well, normally I would take it in Urian's favor, if I have to be honest. But in this particular case, this wasn't a character matchup. That was a pure player matchup at a certain point. So at some point we had to, as you has, sorry, I'm stumbling a bit. So after a certain point, we both went wild.
We saw that clear as day. You guys look like you were having fun.
Don't worry.
Yeah, but Alex is one of the characters who doesn't have a real answer against the the quarter kick. But in turn, there were many cases with the heavy punch into elbow. On paper, it says it's punishable, but the ranges on Urian's button is kind of weird, especially with his hurt boxes. So I had to second guess my inputs, and we saw in the first few rounds where I committed for the headbutt, and somehow it hit some cases. But at I think was round 4 or 5, I went just for safety, as a safety pressure.
Okay, well, I mean, it was a long set, so kind of changing it and going for a safer approach, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. But I mean, Escudo, what about you? How do you feel about this matchup? Or were you just purely playing it as, I'm just fighting fast, I don't really care about Urian V-Trigger 2?
A bit of both, I would say. Actually, for this matchup, I think that V-Trigger 2 is a bigger issue than Aegis, to be quite honest.
Really?
I don't think that Alex struggles that much against V-Trigger 1, Urian, but because Alex likes to use his long pokes, and V-Trigger 2 kind of makes it more dangerous to do that. To just charge it up and then punish you, basically.
Okay.
Do you have any moves you can cancel into to punish the... with Birdie, if I predict that Urian will do that, I'll do walk-up stamina punch, cancel into an armor move to beat it out. Do you have any moves like that with Alex, or is it always just a true guess?
I think you cannot really do that with Alex. That's why I practice to stop him with the power bomb, actually. That thing that I did 4 or 5 times, I labbed that specifically for this matchup.
Nice. Okay, I like it. He literally went down to the smallest detail and said, you know what, there's not a real counter here, so we'll change it into another mind game that he has to think about. Hey, listen, man, the game goes that deep. If people still think there's no technicalities in Street Fighter 5, the game does go that deep in terms of that real psychological aspect of the game. Olvaha, you got any questions for the gents?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Escudo here about his usage of EX elbow and EX flash chop specifically. We know that you can cancel that into the V skill, and I noticed that you had some hits here and there which you did not really cancel. Was it just something that you forgot in the spur of the moment, in the heat of the set, or is it just something that you're looking for Oki in a different way or something else?
Yeah, I normally I do it depending on where I am on the stage, actually.
Oh, yeah. That's what I figured as well.
Yeah, if I get into the corner, I normally don't cancel it. But if it's mid-screen and I don't really gain anything, I might as well just use the V skill and then try to hit him with a hard hit afterwards.
Okay.
Also, yeah, that's a good answer. But also I wanted to ask about V skill choice for Alex. Is it just something that you prefer against fhASSA, or do you just feel like you don't get as much use out of V skill 2 in this matchup specifically against
you're in.
Yeah, I would say the second thing. Like, I think V-Skill 1 for this matchup is more useful. But I think Alex has two like very good V-Skills actually. Like, I think both are viable, and it's like has more to do with the playstyle than the matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, I suppose, obviously, speaking of V-Triggers and V-Skills, fhASSA, why are you so attached to V-Skill 1, V-Trigger 2? Have you ever really used used V-Skill 2 in a matchup? Because most of the time, I just see you stick with the V-Skill 1, V-Trigger 2. Maybe because most of the time I see you fighting Cammy and Zoners. But have you ever considered using V-Skill 2 a little bit more and having fun with it? Because I imagine you've tried it.
Yeah, in certain matchups I tend to use it. Just for example, I use it against Sagat and Fang, because if I somehow manage to charge it, which is kind of hard to be honest, I am able to turn the zonal match around. But the thing is, the V-Skill 1 synergizes way too well with V-Trigger 1, because it actually you can use it against a zoner. Because what most people don't know, if you charge up the V-Skill 1 and get a V-Trigger 2 on it, you get not only you get 2 hits of armor, but it stays active during the entire active frames of the move. So you can, so in some cases you can even put from full screen you can punch a fireball.
Okay. And what, do you get the same amount of screen carry as if you've done it from a closer distance with the V-Trigger 2 tackle when it's been enhanced by the V-Skill 1?
In some cases even more, because there are some special properties which gets applied to the V-Trigger tackle. For example, under normal circumstances, if you hit a V-Trigger 2 tackle, you get either only a light tackle or EX tackle, or forward medium punch if you want to reset. But with the V-Skill 1 tackle, you get you can link it with an EX headbutt into medium tackle. So you get a bit more distance, more damage, and better OK.
That's pretty interesting. I didn't actually know
but in this matchup, it was kind of hard to charge your V-Skill, because both players want to stay in the mid screen. And if I decide to charge my V-Skill without proper setup, then Escudo can just EX head stomp or EX elbow me from full screen.
Yeah, assuming he's charging, but yeah, it's pretty much sounds like a free punish to Escudo there. Veggey, you got any questions for the gents outside of some of the stuff we already noticed?
I was gonna ask Escudo earlier, like in the pre-show, because more like a pre-show question. Because you are Portuguese, right? And I was just wondering if you have any connection to the Portuguese FGC at all, or if it's just basically if you have any connection. Because I know there are some Portuguese players, but they aren't really that vocal. We see them sometimes in rank. I was just wondering if you have any like connection with them, talk to them, play with them.
No, I don't know anyone, to be quite honest. Like, the only player I know that is also Portuguese, like myself, lives in France. Like,
that's Freya, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the only other player I kind of know, but...
Damn, if we got any Portuguese viewers watching, you guys need to get back into fighting games and be more vocal. We think you've disappeared off the face of the earth. That's not a good thing. We need you guys to come back.
There's one Ken at least, and there's a Fang, and there is a Vega at least, Claw player. I'm pretty sure I've seen those three.
I mean, I think
far away,
I think that Ken's probably struggling to figure out Ken's actually a good character instead of going ballistic online. I think if it's the same Ken I think you're talking about, I think that guy's struggling to figure out Ken's actually a good character. Doesn't have to be
it might be.
But I'll go for it.
Yeah. So regarding against your character pick, which you also spoke about earlier, do you kind of regret, since you say Alex is high tier and all that, but do you regret that this was kind of the first character that you invested a lot of time in, or are you happy that was your first character? Because the first character means a lot to how like it means a lot in terms of strength, like how dangerous a player will be. So are you happy with your first pick, or?
Yeah, I'm happy with my first pick actually.
Okay.
I tried to change to other characters actually, and for example, Jammerz asked me before if I ever like thought about playing another character, and I was thinking about playing Bison, but I just like playing Alex, and
Yeah.
To quote Smug, like if I win, I'm godlike. If I lose, it's the matchup.
Look, man, sometimes
point.
all it takes is for you to say, you know what, I just like playing this character. Now, obviously, in a game as like fiercely competitive as Street Fighter V, I know, look, fighting games are competitive in general, but with how Street Fighter V has evolved and the meta changes over the years, it's like, look, why are you staying attached to this character? But, you know, he finally got his strengths and what he needed in this last version, or this second last version, I should say.
Right.
But then my next question for you, Escudo, is what is required? What does it take to be good with Alex? Because me and you have spoken about this before, right? It's usually before Alex was kind of frowned upon as the meme character, the highlight specialist, but now he's in a pretty damn good place. So over the years you've been playing him, what has been sort of the skills needed to be a solid Alex player? If you can tell me anything.
Like I would say patience is the most important thing. Like, and also utilizing his buttons. Like a lot of Alex, like I train with a lot of Alex players, like some that want to rank up in something. Like I try to give some tips and everything. And what I notice every time is that they don't use good buttons. Like they use lariat, they use heavy punch, like the normal standing heavy punch. They don't use standing medium kick. They often don't use crouching medium punch or crouching medium kick. That's an issue. They have to use it because both those buttons are also the perfect like range for you to anti-air. Like it gives you time to anti-air.
Yeah.
And if you like don't use those buttons in your match, you're losing in neutral for free actually.
Okay.
I would say.
I mean, that's interesting because I think something that you've just mentioned is something a lot of people glance over. I think it can be difficult to explain in certain aspects, but it's not as hard as people make it sound. Because what Escudo is basically saying is people don't use Alex's mediums and lights. Now, obviously, his mediums are his poking buttons, but I find that people of a average level or lower rank, when they're trying to figure out how to play a character, they're only using the buttons that hit hard. So the crush counters and the heavies, they're not exploring all the buttons. And you can't really drill that into them so early because a lot of things that, some of the biggest rewards come from heavies. So why would you use any other button? If you're learning this game, why would you use any other button? Right? If I told every time someone asked me how do I play poison, I said press crouch fierce. What is that? A heavy. That's not a light. That's not a medium. It does half the work for you. Right? And going back to what Escudo just said, it's like, look, these guys are pressing hard kick, they're doing lariat, they're pressing hard punch, they're all heavies, they get the job done. And so it's very interesting that Escudo brought it up. So I really appreciate you sharing that knowledge, man. That was really appreciative. I like that. Now, Veggey, have you got any questions before I hit these guys with my infamous questions? 'Cause I actually can't wait to hear their opinions on my universal question.
No, I'd actually like to hear the universal question from these guys as well.
Okay. Olvaha, have you got any questions before I ask them?
No, not really. I really appreciate also Escudo's answer there at the end. I was just gonna add to that as an Alex player myself. Also, I agree with what he
You're
said.
You're a fraud. You play Balrog. What are you talking about?
You're the call out!
No.
Do you know, I don't understand Jammerz.
Escudo, keep this between us. He was really looking forward to seeing you and talking to you in person. He's like, I'm gonna say I'm an Alex player in front of Escudo when he's actually a Balrog player. See,
dude,
you're such a conniving little host. Look at you.
Wow, holy crap, you just chose violence today against me. What have I ever done to you, man? Oh my god.
No, you can't be doing that. Like, you're a Balrog player. Stop trying to get Escudo to be your friend.
I also play Alex. I can also play Alex if I want, and you can't stop me from doing that. Anyway, okay. Besides the point, I don't want to even talk about Alex anymore.
Anyway,
Escudo, I'm sorry. There's a Balrog player here and a Poison player. You know how they are. They're not really thinking straight, right? So I'm sorry, but don't worry about it. What can I say? They don't play honest big bodies like us, you know what I'm saying?
Wow,
weren't you streaming Colleen just this morning saying this might be my new character?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't say that. I said I really like playing Colleen.
Okay. I really
like playing Colleen.
You said that you're gonna forget about playing Birdie altogether.
We can argue about this later. I've got to hit these guys with questions. Right, so this is a question for the both of you, but I want to get fhASSA's opinion on this first because I bet he's dying to hear something or say something about this. So, in this upcoming patch that's coming most likely in March, maybe around that time or later, if there was one thing you could change in the game as a whole, what would it be? Anything that comes to mind. Remove Cammy, buff Urien to 2,000 health, get rid of Alex, anything. What are you looking forward to? Or hoping they would change?
Oh, this is a good question. While I did say at the beginning that I'm not a game designer, there are some wishes I would like to make.
Selfish request, go for it.
Go for it. The stage is yours.
All right. Normally I would ask for something reasonable, but if you say it, V-Skill 1 and V-Trigger 2. If both things are active, I want, just like Abigail, unlimited armor. Because I'm getting tired by Cammy, and I want to go somehow through her V-Trigger 1 dive kick.
So you want a specific thing for Cammy, and that's probably your best answer.
Yeah, but because there's so many things I want to address about Cammy, but if I have to only one wish, then I have to buff my own stuff before we get to Cammy. Because Cammy, you can't just say one thing. Although, if I have to be honest, because in Cammy's case, her idiom is she's so fast, but in turn she has less health. So why don't we take it to the extreme and let her get 2 touched to win the round? And I'm not talking about 2 combos, just link 2 lights and you're done with it, with round.
She'd still be good, you know.
She'd probably still be good. I think at this point she's gone off the deep end. No matter what you do, she's still going to be good. As long as stand light kick is magnetic, I don't think that character's going to go through the character.
That character is
the most powerful fly on the cast.
I don't know, but that's an interesting change. You definitely want something to help him in the Cammy matchup. Escudo, I got to hand the question over to you now. Is there anything that you would hope to be changed, or is there anything you're looking forward to in this next patch coming soon?
The only thing I would like if they like change V-Skill 2 or V-Trigger 2 for Alex, to be quite honest. Like V-Skill 2 being lost when you like knock down is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And for V-Trigger 2, if you like get a hit but your opponent is crouching, I think DDT should kind of still work.
Okay. What did I say when we were commentating? That's the only thing he'd probably want, you know. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think they want anything else.
They want everything, don't they? They want the
DDT
skies of heaven.
You
they
think
want
that's
the castle.
everything, Veggey?
Guys, you have gotten something every patch since like season 3.
Yeah, like, Lariat keeps increasing by 1 frame on block.
Yeah.
That's
we need
exactly
that
what they
+5.
wanted.
We need that +5 maybe.
So hard knockdown. OSV shift for death. It's like one of the best Okis around. Be happy it works on standing.
You know what? Let me ask this quickly to Escudo. So, how annoying is it when you know you've got the hit, but you don't really pay attention to the opponent's position? You get the hit and they're crouching, DDT whiffs, and then I imagine you've lost some games because of that, right?
Yeah, but it actually kind of helped me to improve, because now I look at the counter if I hit a light elbow, because I can convert a light kick to light slash and then get the choke.
Okay.
So kind of like it helped a little bit, but I'd rather just get TDT.
That's interesting. Again, I mean, these very interesting workarounds for situations like that are always interesting to see how the players do it, because you learn the really hard part, and then when the developers do change something and make it easier, like, well, I've already learned the hard part, now that here's the easy part, and we just combine them together, and then it becomes a real terror of a character. But I've got to ask another question before we let you guys go. For the next Street Fighter game, which it could be Street Fighter 6, it could be something else, is there any character you'd want to see in the next game? fhASSA, let me ask you first.
Bring back Rolento.
Did you actually take about 3 seconds to say bring back Rolento? Is that what you said?
Yes.
I probably shouldn't have asked you the question.
Rolento. No, thank you.
He's a fun character, though.
Yeah, this is why nobody talks to you. Now,
he's fun to play. He's fun to play, yes.
Escudo, what about you? Is there any character you'd like to come back to the Street Fighter series for the next Street Fighter game, where would you just like hold your sign saying bring back Alex?
Like they don't have to bring him back if they think like they don't really need him or just put someone else that's just kind of similar.
Function.
But yeah, that's the same functions exactly. Like characters are tools, in my opinion, and I kind of want tools that Alex has. But like I said before in the pre-game interview, that I only started Street Fighter V with Arcade Edition and Street Fighter in general. So it's hard for me to
Damn, he hasn't gone through the brunt of what video game characters really feel like in fighting. I kind of respect that. I like that.
There's one character that I really like to see coming.
Okay.
Because I watch videos of that character, and that's Sodom. I think he's really cool.
Okay, interesting.
Cool.
Who knows? You might get your wish, you might not. Right, one more question before we let you guys go. fhASSA, who is the best character in the game? Tell me.
As in my opinion, Cammy.
Okay, we'll leave that. Right, Escudo, who's the best character in the game in your opinion?
Emmy.
Damn. All right, we're all in.
And Jammerz, who's the best character in your opinion?
Who's the best character?
Yeah.
It definitely is Cammy.
And Olvaha, who's the best character?
You looked at the wrong side, but yeah, Kelly.
Yeah. Did someone ask me?
Veggey,
Don't
what do
ask
you think
him.
he's the...
Don't, because I know what he's gonna
Okay,
say.
okay.
I know what
What
he's
am I
gonna
gonna say?
I know
No,
what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna surprise you. Ask me.
No, you're not. Do you know what? I'll ask you after the guests leave the call. How about that? Okay. Gentlemen, fhASSA, Escudo, it's been a pleasure to have you both on the stream. Now, have you guys got any final words before we let you go? fhASSA, you first.
Final words? Let me think. Oh yeah, that's what I always wanted to say about this. To everyone who keeps demanding me I should switch to V-Trigger 1, there are people who paid money to not block in this game. I think I should be able to do that at least.
I like that.
Wow.
What a statement. I love it. I actually think fhASSA might need his own talk show regarding Yuri's V-Trigger 2. Might have to set that up soon. Escudo, what about you? Have you got any final words for your loving fans out there?
Yeah, thanks for the guys that supporting me, also through the year with CPT and everything. That was really nice, and people should start to practice more and stop talking about other characters.
I like that.
Damn. You guys are definitely, you sound like the nicest people, but you definitely got some fire in your spirits. I like that. I like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow these two on Twitter. These guys love their JoJo memes. They like talking at each other, and they do play some very good Street Fighter 5. So if you want to see more of these guys, you can see them in the European Weekly Salt Mine League as well. And then you can convince fhASSA to use V-Trigger 1 in his DMs. They're probably still open. Trying to message him now, see what happens. Anyway, fhASSA and Escudo, when you are ready, you guys can leave the Discord call. I'll drop you guys a message. Thank you once again later. But yes, congratulations, fhASSA, for winning again. And we definitely have to bring these two back on, only because it was 10-9. I want to see if the scoreline will change the next time. So yeah, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. And yeah, when you're ready, you can leave the Discord call.
All right.
So we
Thanks
can
for
finish
having
out the
us,
show.
and goodbye, and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, brothers.
All right, Veggey,
Yo, what's up?
who is the best character in the game?
First, I want to say one thing. Escudo says we should not complain, but you'll never stop me from complaining. I'll tell you that. That's 100%. I shall complain till the day I die. Number two,
you're gonna die on that hill, wherever that hill is. You're gonna do that anyway, right?
In Croydon.
Now,
It's in Croydon.
well, if
Croydon,
has a
baby!
hill. Secondly, the moment I figured out you didn't listen is the moment I figured out you'd never stop complaining.
yes.
So-
But you ruined the perfect moment, because I would also say Cammy. Cammy, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
Press X to doubt.
I need an X button in front of me. I need to doubt this man immediately. But you know what? It was great to have those two on, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch it go down to the wire. I actually thought it probably would have been 10-6, 10-7 to Escudo the way it was going, but slipped through his fingers. But you know what? I like that when we asked them what changes would they give, they were literally very specific changes to their character. It wasn't outlandish or selfish. It was look, I want to fight Cammy better. And I want my V skill to, I don't want to lose my V skill when I'm knocked down, because I think Alex is the only character right now who loses his V skill when he's knocked down. Everybody else keeps it. Balrog, Luke, He keeps it.
I don't understand that.
So
I think that was a reasonable ask. I think infinite armor was not
that's reasonable. That is reasonable.
Yeah. The Alex one
Reasonable
was very
against Cammy.
reasonable. I'm not sure about the tackle infinite armor was as reasonable as Cammy's.
I think
No, the Alex one. The Alex one was more
I
reasonable.
think there's a
to me.
workaround to that because you're not going to be charging headbutt all the time. I think there's a workaround around that, but I don't think they're gonna change that. I think that's just gonna stay in the game. You're gonna have to just hold it. To be fair, I think the only other thing they're gonna do is probably make that B trigger 3 bars. I think that's the only thing they can do at this point.
They could also make it one hit.
The dive kick.
Yeah.
No, for me, make it 3 bars and make it easy to determine what side she's going to be on. Because sometimes I can't tell when she does the dive kick at a certain angle. I can't tell where she's going to be, and then you just block the wrong way. Full combo from medium. You're back in the corner. Got to take 4 throws, and you look like an absolute chimpanzee.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
But yes,
That hasn't happened to me. That might be character specific.
because
Maybe
you
small
just use big body people.
Big boys in the building.
But yeah, do you know what? It was a fantastic set. And like we said, make sure you guys follow them on their respective social media outlets, which is Twitter. Now, yes, we do have a couple of things to plug and thank people before we love you and leave you guys. So yes, Salt Mine League has been around the clock. They have actually been doing quite a number of events for not just Street Fighter, but for other games as well. So if you want to follow them on their social media outlets and know when their tournaments are live, please look at these the description below. Oh, sorry, not the description below, the banner below with the Twitch channel, the Twitter, and the YouTube, of course. The ranking season for Street Fighter 5 is still on, and they do a ranking season and King of the Hill for other games as well. I think they do they did their Monday night exhibitions as well before we go live on Capcom Fighters with our special guests too. There is a Street Fighter League this week. I don't know if they got the image in the back. They might just give me that regular image instead. Yep, there it is. Do not forget, Street Fighter League is still going on. Yes, there is no World Finals because the Cup got cancelled, but there's still footage of, the finals, the Street Fighter League season being panned out. There have been some great matches. I've actually been catching up with a lot of the weekly matches for the past 3 days, and I've actually been thoroughly... Listen, I knew you could play Zangief, you just don't want to because of how terrible he is. I knew you could play that character. So it was pretty cool to see a Zangief in action.
Muscle power.
A muscle power indeed. Remember, Veggey was a Zangief player before many people knew who Veggey actually was. So that is interesting stuff. But yes, make sure you follow Capcom Fighters on the following social media outlets. The YouTube, just type in Capcom Fighters. The Twitch, which we're on now. It says Facebook, but I implore you, they probably need to get that graphic changed. I implore you to follow them on their Twitter account at Capcom Fighters. We have people messaging them in regards to restreaming. Just don't ask them when Street Fighter 6 is coming out because you might get blocked by that account. Don't want to do that to yourself. And also as well, so we put out a tweet last week. I've got to say thank you to everyone that did respond. There was interesting responses, but I kind of have this mantra, this philosophy I live by. If you put out something for the vast majority of the community or public to answer, you have to read it. And there was quite a bit of responses. So the stream team in the back have to go through all those responses, and you got to pick out some names because I ain't doing it. Oh no, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. So I said, "Did you read it?" I didn't get an answer. So they're gonna have to read it. But keep tweeting at Capcom Fighters. Who would you like to see next on the show? Just to make one thing abundantly clear, you can screen cap this. You can put this on the internet. You can put it in your back pocket. You can put it in that secret file you have on your computer. Right? This is a show where we line up exhibitions in advance. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, we already have set exhibitions lined up. We do message people in advance, see if they're interested before we bring them on the show, but that doesn't stop you guys from making suggestions. Now, yes, there are people we want from particular regions and particular status. However, they have managers, they have lives, they are family men. So I mean,
they also have wives. They got managers, they got lives, they got wives, they got everything.
They have got a lot of things to do and a lot of responsibility. So I mean, it's not as if we haven't tried to mess them and bring them on. It just there's a couple of things.
I would have never guessed.
Wait, have we had Soundboy on?
No, because I'm going to surprise you guys very soon, right? Because
surprise, Soundboy.
Do you know what? This just proves that you two do not pay attention. I feel like I'm the only one. I feel like I'm the only one on this show that actually pays attention to anything going on here.
I remember clearly.
whatever. Anyway, do not forget, if you want to restream one of the exhibitions that are coming in the upcoming weeks or months, be sure to DM Capcom Fighters on Twitter. Do not go on their Facebook. Do not complain on their YouTube channel. Now is your chance to see if Capcom Fighters is going to respond to you and give you the necessary information to come and join us on the show and up your commentary game in an exhibition. At Capcom Fighters on Twitter for the instructions on the restream. Right.
Wait, Jammerz.
What
wait,
do you want?
You could have done a really funny one. You could have said, when you know what, about the Twitter thing, you could see who do you want to get onto Capcom Fighters First to 10 show. Let's see which one is free. High five!
Richard, just give him the damn light floor. Get me out of here, please. Veggey,
but
it's your turn to close out this show.
Yes.
Richard, change the damn screen.
And I have something very interesting to say when the screens change. Because you know, do you remember 90s, because I'm old, right? Or I'm 34 soon. Do you remember old 90s sitcoms? When they were really lazy or they needed an extra episode, they would do like a flashback or whatever it's called. And I thought that there might be new viewers, so it's important that we do the I'm the Brit song again as a flashback. A very short one. So I'm going to give you this beautiful little song that we wrote together, me and Richard, 6 months back. And it goes something like this. I'm your favorite Brit. I'm your favorite Brit. My arcade stick is huge. And it is my arcade stick that is huge.